Squish, fire noises. All right, I think we're live. We should be good. Welcome. I'm Arthur Perkins. This is APGamingREAL. I think we're on episode 31 of this show, so we've made it quite a distance. Do you just dab?
No.
I feel like you definitely dab. You 100% know that this is live, right? I mean, and it's recorded, so we can just go back and watch the replay.
Let's roll the footage.
Dude,
Roll it
I've
back.
got some real good dabs on my
Mhm.
Twitch account happening. Like I've dabbed all my life. You know what I mean?
I was born dabbing.
I just want to pre-warn you guys is that 4 of us have either played or watched Fire Emblem, and Atomic is sour about it. Doesn't want to talk about it at all.
No,
so that's how this
it's like when you guys.
intro-
It's like when you guys talk about. I don't care. It's like when you talk about anime. I'm just lost. I'm just like, it's
Don't
fine.
worry, we're skipping the anime this week so that we
just
can
had a
talk more
random
about
thought.
Fire.
You know those mustache, like the finger tattoos that people would like do the line mustache.
What?
Yeah,
Is that
no,
a
I know
thing?
what you mean.
Yes.
Mid 2000s, it was a thing. People would like tattoo a mustache on their fingers. So they could have a mustache.
Those
I
idiots.
wonder if anyone has done the dab thing, but they've gotten like yeet.
Probably.
On their forearm.
Probably.
That hurt me.
People get memes tattooed on their fucking foreheads. I'm sure someone's got it tattooed on their fucking arm.
On their foreheads?
Yeah, dude. Because people are just idiots.
That was all just a random thought. Nothing pertaining to the conversation at all.
So, how about them Fire Emblems?
Yeah.
Let's go around and ask everybody how their Fire Emblem is doing. Spootnik, let's start with you, as you are from the superior blend of House Black Eagle. Black Eagles, caca!
The entire
You're the
game.
fucking Leeson.
Wrong.
Get the fuck out of here,
Wrong.
Henley. All right.
There is some shit that gets revealed that I'm not going to say anything about. That is fucking crazy with her.
Don't
Right.
you fucking point your fork at me.
I will point my fucking fork at
For
you.
people on YouTube, the first 5 minutes of intros was lost when my OBS crashed. We were talking about Black Eagles. Black Eagles, caca!
Watch
It
it crash
did-
again.
Didn't crash
No.
again this time. Black Eagle's superior house.
Yes.
We got all the best characters. I'd love to acquire Ash at some point, and it seems inevitable that I'm gonna get. I think his name's Felix. It's the blue-haired guy that's always like,
Felix is
I'm
the
super
shit, dude.
shitty. I'm a huge dick bag.
But you know, if you don't pay
I'm trying to
attention
get Leone. I'm trying to get Leone.
I mean, that can't be that hard. She's always like, Gerald Senpai.
Mhm.
You hang out with Gerald Senpai all the time. All right. Here's the thing. Today, we're capping out intros 5 minutes. Go, Spootnik.
Okay.
All right. Fire Emblem Three Houses. Fucking play it. It's goddamn good. It's a good fucking game.
Okay.
It's good.
It's great.
Black Eagles forever.
Black Eagles forever. I agree.
Edelgard.
Bernadetta as
Manuela.
well. Dorothea. I mean, that's a very strong showing.
Yeah, they're both
Hubert
dead
is
for me.
unusually villainous.
They're both dead for me.
Real what? Wait.
Petra, however, is
Well, look, man.
How the fuck do you kill them?
Here's the thing. I gotta tell you.
stupid. They died in like the first battle. Fuck them.
Here's the deal. Hubert is
You-
incredibly powerful, and also he's so salty to everybody.
Yeah, he's dead too. Fuck him.
You know, oh my
Who
God.
is?
Hubert.
Every
All I have left is Petra, Edelgard, obviously, Linhart. I just recruited Shamir.
You know what? I like Spootnik's playthrough. It's the sabotage from within.
Yeah,
I like
I
it.
know. It's fucking. Just don't. How can you even claim to be a Black Eagle if half the Black Eagles are dead? You're one eagle. You're Black one eagle.
I just
No,
really want-
you're forgetting that it's a state of mind. It's like the houses
Right.
in fucking Harry Potter. They can just swap whenever they want. It's no allegiance to anything.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
just
him.
really want Hubert to have a really serious talk show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, man. He's so evil.
He's awful.
He shows up and he's like, Professor, I was looking to intimidate you. What's the best villainous dialogue to make me seem like Snape? And I'm like, wow, really? That's your lead-in? I mean, that's
I
not
mean,
that
even though
intimidating.
he's like dead, I mean, he's still in the cutscenes and shit. I'm like, this motherfucker is gonna be like the big bad evil guy.
Wait, what?
There's no way.
Really?
Jaritz, look, I don't want to spoil anything because I don't know, but Jaritza is like 100%. Jaritza and Tomas, every time I talk to them, like, I'm an evil dude with a mask. I want to fight you to the death. And Tomas is like, I'm certainly
hello,
not evil.
suspicious
I'm
vizier.
religious.
Good to see you again.
Right. Look, all I know is that I like taking my tea time with Manuela.
Okay, good call. Good call. Manuela is excellent.
She's pretty awesome. I also do a lot
Yeah.
of cooking with her because her cooking is so seductive, so she claims.
Really? I
That's what
haven't
she
tried
says.
this yet. I've been cooking with Bernadette to raise her effort levels all the time.
Mm.
Because
Mm.
every time I go explore, I'm like, oh god, I need to bring everybody's effort levels up to 100. Spend the
Yeah.
whole time doing that, and then
Well, that's
I
good.
punish them in class all month. I'm like, that's right, bitches.
It's easier to bring their motivation up by eating meals with them because you can.
Yeah,
eat
exactly.
too. And when
Yes.
you only have like 3 or 4 students left in your class, it's very easy.
Wow,
Everyone's
Wow.
motivation.
wow.
Oh yeah, that's
So I love the
that's
idea that
that's the life pro tip right there.
No.
Kill
I love
half
the
the
idea
fucking
that
class,
No.
so that way
Spooty-
everyone's motivation is always all the way up. Everyone's leveled up max.
Spootnik inside of the teachers' assembly is just like, well, I'm a level A professor. All right, I'm gonna motivate. I'm gonna teach you and okay, that's everyone in my class.
That's right. Everyone's fucking leveled up.
I
Bring it
got like
on.
8 more. I got 8 more times. Come on, who
I'm
wants to do
literally.
it?
So I just did the chapter 6 battle, and one of your students leaves and isn't even in the fucking battle, and I still wrecked everybody in that battle. Wrecked them.
But yeah, because you're playing on normal mode, which is baby mode, and you still
You're
have
a
to-
baby. Normal mode
You're
is
a
great
baby
for
mode.
exploring the space. You have to
That's right.
learn the storyline without the immense pressure of being like,
That's
all right, I
right.
gotta rewind time and I'm fucking died.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
right, you
you
have-
still play on classic. If you die, you're dead, but you do it on normal mode to
Oh
explore.
yeah, I'm still on classic. I'm not like that much of a bitch.
Your final assignment is a 20-page paper on how not to die. This is where 60% of your mark go.
All right, that's my intro. I'm gonna eat ribs. Next.
Drumurboy.
I have not played. I've just been watching streams while I've been playing a better game, Warframe.
All right, let me ask you.
All right, I'm back in.
Manuela or Shamir?
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm just
Shamir's
now.
not as dirty.
Got him.
I'm just now
What?
getting into Shamir, so
What?
I'm gonna have to say Manuela.
I honestly think if I was sitting next to them, Manuela would stink.
I mean, there would probably be a cloud of perfume to try to cover it
Holy
up.
shit!
She would smell like dirty laundry and
No,
like
she's
fucking rotting
She's
food.
looking for a knight to change her life, sir. She's looking for a fine young gentleman noble who can do the chores,
And the chores are,
clean her room.
if that's what you want to call
The
it.
chores are exactly what you think they are.
She
Yeah.
reminds
Well,
me of a girl I
As
once
far as I
dated
can
who-
tell, man, she can't get anybody in the room to do anything else with them until she cleans it.
She actually reminds me a lot of a girl I dated who was absolutely fucking filthy, right? Like, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a good thing. That's for damn sure. But yeah, sorry. Whose turn is it?
It's still Drumurboy's turn.
Oh,
We're talking about
Having,
Canadian.
having
things, man.
only like slightly glanced at the game, Shamir seems like the cooler person.
I don't know her that well. I literally just met
If
her.
it was a fuck, marry, kill situation, you know how it would go. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no third person in there, so
yeah,
Rhea.
I absolutely do not trust Ray at all.
no, there is. There's a third option: marry Shamir, fuck Manuela, get killed by Shamir.
Shamir definitely seems like she would crush you beneath her boot heel.
What about Catherine?
What
I don't
about
know who that
Catherine?
is.
I don't look, man. I gotta tell you, so many of these characters seem evil to me. Catherine's first cinematic is her walking out of a mist with a blazing electric red sword and stabbing people to death. I was like, is she the bad guy? Who's the bad guy? Everybody's the bad guy in this game. My dad's like, don't trust Rhea. Rhea's like, everyone should be judged by the church and killed if they're a sinner. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Everyone's
Man.
bad.
This
Especially
is like your
Jaritza.
first
Jaritza
time
better
playing
not
Fire
be the
Emblem or
Messiah.
something.
That's all I'm saying. If there's one person I can
Everyone's bad
definitely
guys.
say is evil, it's gotta be Jaritza.
The fishing game though seems like Fish Revolution. It's so
Yeah,
punchy.
it is. No, it's good. I really
crazy.
like being able to just do the pulse.
I just did a fishing tournament that was pretty fun.
You have to feel the fish.
They literally gave me 50 pieces of bait. I was like, let's
And you
fucking
sat there for
That's so
25
good.
do it
minutes.
for 25 minutes. Let's
Amazing.
go.
Got to hit every perfect every time.
Mm-hmm.
Get that nice music in your ear every time you hit that perfect.
Yeah, but I just been playing Warframe like a few hours a day. It's very rare one of those games that like I'll actually just jump in for an hour, do my daily like public it's called a sortie. It's like 3 really hard missions that get progressively harder, but the reward at the end is really nice.
Yeah.
You can go on public servers and basically get carried to the end, which is what I've been doing because I don't have the gear for that shit. And then just like mining and fishing and stuff, trying to get my standing up for the different factions on the different open like free roam areas.
Excellent.
And then I've just finished the Far Verona Season 2 song today, so that'll be up whenever the next episode is, either this weekend or next weekend. Because Gen Con is this week, isn't it?
Yep, Gen Con
Yeah.
started yesterday.
So I'd assume that there's no Far Verona on the weekend, but maybe, I don't know.
Maybe they'll do a live one.
No,
I mean, they
Adam
usually
would
give
be
a
at
lot of
Gen
notice
Con.
before they do a live.
They did that once.
Yeah,
It
well,
was
they have like
terrible.
they have a studio in JP's house that they're
Yes.
used like once or twice.
They fly once or twice. They've used it like a dozen times now.
No, the new studio. Like they actually built a studio, bought a TriCaster, bought the cameras. So he's got like an actual.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember him doing it for the Dark Side finale and for Stars Without Numbers finale. And
No, that was like houses he was renting. He's got his own house with a dedicated studio room. now.
okay, all right. I thought that was in his new Texas house, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, he's not
You
in
would
Texas.
know better
no
than
more.
me.
Not in Texas no more.
Scoots was running everything behind the scenes.
Yep, Scoots and one of Scoots' friends from the Counter-Strike production team thing.
All right, Drummer Boy. We've wasted a lot of your time, but you have 30 seconds left. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Go check out my shit on Spotify or the Roleplay Bandcamp because most of that's mine too.
I'm gonna have to learn how to use Spotify at some point.
It's,
I don't.
There's a
I hate
Spotify
how
challenge
much-
at my gym where someone has asked me to make a playlist on Spotify. And they were like, I know you won't add any metal in there. And I was like, actually, have you ever heard Gimme Chocolate by Baby Metal? Drummer Boy knows what I'm talking about.
That's a
Spotify's-
very weird song.
Spotify is actually great. It's like one of the only services that has actually good recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the like the stuff they like it knows what you listen to and it's like you might like this and you actually do like the thing that they offer.
And I like that if it does pop up something, you just hit the little, like, there's the heart button. So you'd be like, oh, I like more of this. Or you just hit there's like a negative button, like a minus or whatever. You hit that. And then it's like, okay, we won't play this band anymore. And it just completely blacklists it from your
You
recommendations.
blacklisted or just skip it and then it'll recommend less stuff like that.
Yup.
It's great. It's a really good system.
Yup.
Too bad they don't make any money ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it very hard to use because it's just like I can never. I'm always skipping shit, man. I'm always just skip. I'm just like, okay, I don't like any of this crap.
I've been using it for ever. and
Then,
it's
then
just
again,
hard to use at all.
I'm one of those dudes that never likes music. Like
Yeah,
you know, I like some music, and then I'm just like, I don't know what I like. So
What you got to do is find the bands that you like, favorite them, like
Mhm.
follow them and favorite them, and then that'll give the system enough to go off. You're like, oh, he likes this
Mhm.
kind of shit. So
yeah, but that's like it's kind of weird. Like I'll be like, oh, this Post Malone song's pretty cool, but the rest of his stuff, I'm just like, eh. And then like like I'll like one song from here, and then that's it. And it's like
so just favorite those tracks and not the entire album or the entire artist.
all right.
It gets really granular and really nice. Like I found some really insane third stream jazz that would not get recommended to me on any other service.
There's a lot of metal that I listen to from just like smaller bands that have only put out a couple tracks that I just because it'll put like, oh, this is your recommended daily mix of just stuff you listen to, whatever. And then once it plays through that, it just plays stuff that fits those tags. And then I've listened to so much stuff that I don't know what it was because I was doing something else at the time. But you come across all sorts of good music that from just smaller groups that aren't well known.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a good system. It's very good.
Atomic. Let's do you.
Wrist is still fucked. I almost got into a fight with the doctor. That was fun. And then been working on a tank, a British Challenger 2 main battle tank model, which is on the other side of the house right now, so I can't show that off. And we're playing a lot of Elite Dangerous. Been farming that Federation rep and doing some mining and helping some people out with helping some people out on the new group that I joined called Mobius. It's like the biggest like PvE group or whatever. It's got like 5,000 some odd members on their private thing or whatever. So been helping out, running around some of those guys, and then doing the Warcraft stuff. It's really been about it. It's been too hot to really do anything here. It's just been hot and miserable. It was.
We'll keep going through Atomic's intro. We'll see if that catches up during that while I reopen literally everything. Atomic, where were we? I don't recall. Yes. All right, Henley. Time. Tell me about your sucktastic losers.
Insane, absolutely fucking insane.
Hey, there's no sound coming out on the stream.
Nothing at all? No, it should be working now. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not your fault. It's me. My Elgato sound capture opened and overrode all my sound settings. So
oh yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
Yep.
So that Fire Emblem's fun, man. It really is. But I mean, you already know that shit. I think the game is a little too easy. To be honest with you, I'm playing it on hard and classic, and I think the game is still a little too easy. But compared to like I'm comparing it to like Fire Emblem Awakening.
Okay.
When I played that game kicked my fucking ass. Like that game, it's too easy to level people up. It's too easy. Like the AI is too stupid. It's just it's more of the same, basically. And I think it's a really good introduction to Fire Emblem. And I hope the next one they make on the Switch in 4 years' time will be a little bit more difficult.
They're going to be releasing harder content as part of the expansion pass.
Maybe, but like I'm also one of those dudes where I'm just like I play a game and then I'd probably never pick it up again.
Okay, well, people are saying to get the full storyline, you have to play all three houses. So,
I mean, I probably will do that, and I'm hoping that after I beat hard mode, I'm hoping that it'll unlock the insane mode or whatever it is that they normally have in these games. So
hard mode already is the insane mode.
What? No, it's fucking real easy, dude. It's super easy. It's baby mode.
All right, I gotta tell you, your faction leader is the dude that during the opening cinematic for him has sweat flying off him everywhere. He's like, "I'm so handsome," and there's like a fucking tsunami coming off his face. That's how I knew Blue Eagles were not for me.
That's cool. I mean, I picked it because it was the option that I didn't want to pick, and I'm fine with it. So it's a good house though. Like there's a lot of I'm really interested to see how they separate each house, and I'm surprised none of you picked Golden Deer because he seems like.
So look, man, he'll be my number 2. I feel like he's out to steal everybody's heart, but also he's the weakest character possible.
Yeah,
so weak.
Yeah, they tried a little too hard to make him interesting. Also, I found the circumstance of how you became a professor really frustrating at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Ria's just like, all right, I want to make you a professor. And I'm like, I'm not
not even that. Like
in any particular way.
The 3 heirs of the biggest regions of this country
I find you super interesting.
just find you super interesting and want to recruit you. And it's just like, what the fuck? What is this bullshit? Anyway, but outside of that, I think it's, the beginning of the game is so far in my history. I'm like 45 hours into this bitch now. So, and I'm only at month 12.
I'm
so.
at 10 hours. Y'all play too much. Y'all have
Dude,
much more time
so
than me.
much-
It sucks.
No, it's really good because the Switch I can play it in bed when I can't sleep. And that for me is like fucking awesome. So
I'm recording mine. That's
yeah,
that's
no,
what's slowing me down.
I was like, man, I'm streaming 2 times a week now. Should I play Fire Emblem there? I mean, I should, but I shouldn't just wait for those times to play the game. Because yeah, anyway, that's me. I'm ready to
Right.
play.
So, still getting everything set up. Sorry about the slight problems earlier, guys. I don't know what's causing DS to crash, but
Do you want me to read my recap from last week?
yeah, why not? Let's do it.
All right, let me open it up.
Right, you've been like making a text recap to keep us on track.
When last we left our band of intrepid idiots.
Yeah, this one's a long one. Okay. So after we killed the Hydra, the army decided to retreat back south as the army of Stelvin Black were just toying with them, increasing their strength and weeding out the weak ones. We helped them back south with a cart full of injured and returned to the Tiefling's witch shop. I can never remember her name.
Beldella.
Beldel, whatever.
She's pink. That's about all I remember about her.
Big
Yeah,
Tiefling,
for supplies and bargaining with our spoils from the Hydra. In the process, Kelly proposed a sharing of knowledge about the fractured crystal that powered her shop, had a meal and drink in her shop.
Spooty got a sword.
Oh yeah, had a meal
I
and drink
saw
in her shop. Plane shifted apartment. We learned more about the crystal, what it was, and what we are in relation to it. Kelly managed to touch it, freezing time for those outside, except for the party. Kelly met a time guardian who revealed more about our irreversible meddling in the timelines and offered Kelly a boon with a price. Outside the crystal, we searched the witch's apartment for clues that a powerful warlock might have written in her books and journals somewhere.
At the very least, I would say it's a condominium. Okay. Apartment is so harsh.
Whatever. Daka learned that the relic he was raised to garden in his family line was a remnant of the old gods, and the first god created just like him and the rest of the party. The relic he gave to Black. Agram learned more about the witch's ability to see magical items at will as a boon from her patron, and Finley learned about some druidic lore in a book that druids normally burn if they ever see it in order to keep the Brotherhood's secrets. The crystal disappears, and in its place, Kelly, but not the Kelly we know, appears. The apartment, or condominium, is now without its power source and explodes. The witch is not happy. And that's
Finn.
what happened last week.
I don't know why she wouldn't be happy. I can't possibly fathom why she would be mad.
So I think we've seen the new Kelly roll through the art credits here a couple times.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
why don't you just give us a quick description before I go ahead and ruin your whole life?
Okay, so Kelly is now a dragonborn female of the blue variety, which means she can breathe lightning. And I had a couple of discussions about what a blue dragonborn actually looks like, and from what I understand, it's sort of like almost aquatic in nature. In a weird way, it has like head fins and stuff and like horns and shit. So she is blue with a white I don't know what you call it, like underbelly scales,
Yeah.
or something like that.
That's exactly what it's called.
Yeah, and she has dark blue spikes on her head and sort of like fins that protrude back, that sort of fade back to white. She is wearing. Oh, she has a tail. I don't know if all Dragonborn have tails, but she has a tail.
A very long discussion on Dragonborn Society about tails.
Yeah, and she is wearing plate mail. Has the same equipment as Kelly previously. The only real difference about the plate mail is this is far more ornate than Kelly's ramshackle plate mail of the previous. And the plate mail also has like a plate mail skirt rather than plate mail pants, if that makes sense. On the plate mail itself is actually carvings of flowers and vines and like growth stuff, like trees. There's probably a tree in the center of the chest, and yeah, that's pretty much what she looks like now.
So, as the light of these crystals fade, time begins to slow down. The crystals turn into just mere black chunks that fall to the ground. Valdella is reaching a hand out towards you, screaming, and memories begin to flood into your mind of this new Kelly's life that has lived previously in the past. At that time, you remember Finley was a druid, Daka was an artificer, and Agrim was an eldritch knight. Your current companions, as your memories merge, are so different from the ones that you remember, and yet somehow still the same. As all four of you are watching, your vision starts to go dimmer and darker, and then it's like if you were looking out of a spacesuit helmet and a crack started to form over it. Completely transparent vision in front of you. Reality begins cracking. And the pieces begin pulling themselves in towards the crystal in your vision. And that's when all of you wake up on a marble slab in the mountain. Kelly, your new Dragonborn fitted equipment is there waiting for you, and your new madnesses await you. I have good news for you. I spoke with several Eldritch scribes, Finley, and they have indicated to me that a Gleamo coin would appear in your inventory. There's one waiting for you underneath the mountain.
Yay!
So your imperilous madness does not instantly kick in.
That's good.
So what killed us?
The explosion.
Or we just reset?
You have no idea. I mean, what
Okay.
what do you think killed you?
Did we know it was an explosion?
Kindness.
Because the entire place was just like completely wrecked.
I mean, you are free to draw conclusions as you would.
Because you said last episode the only things that didn't get exploded were the things that we were holding.
That's correct.
So I'd assume that would do a good amount of damage, enough to kill us instantly.
Might be.
That's true. Yes. Interesting.
As the four of you exit the mountain, the doors sealing behind you, becoming smooth mountain stone once again, you are greeted to a morning deep in night in the forest swamp. But something is different this time. There's a light drizzle of rain.
Do we still see the torchlight?
You do
walking
not
through?
see the torchlight.
Is it a little bit more wooded than it was before, or was that reset?
It does in fact look as if some trees that you have normally been used to seeing are in the same place, but there are other trees that have moved several feet in either direction. And none of you, all of you come out to see a female Dragonborn Kelly wearing, I would assume, different equipment now, right? Because you'd have whatever your paladin starts with, plus your flaming longsword and your ogre gauntlets.
Yeah, I didn't actually anticipate going back this far, so
Right.
I'm assuming paladins start with chainmail.
Something like that, probably.
They do.
Yes, chainmail and a holy symbol.
Your equipment is very basic,
Yeah,
just like you.
so, but-
Fire Emblem.
so it'll be like I have a shield, I have chainmail. I'll make sure my sheet gets updated then. But the chainmail would also be ornate in a weird way. It would have the same sort of growth designs put into them. So, yeah. So, without skipping a beat, Kelly will greet each of her new companions, and
I mean, they're really old companions.
Well, I mean, they're new forms of her companions. So
I mean, you
So
still
she'll be-
remember being original Kelly as well.
I do, but it's a clear distinction in her
Very
mind,
well.
right?
Okay.
She's
That's your choice.
Yeah. So she'll like walk up and she's like, "Oh, you all look so different now. It's crazy. I can't remember any of you guys being so. You were more groomed in the last one."
Taco like squint a second, look at his pipe and like sniff it. Like,
Yeah.
Did I put something funny in my hash this morning?
No, Daka, no. My sweet child, no, absolutely not.
Kelly?
It is me, Kelly. Yes. Hello.
What happened in that crystal?
You look a little different.
Slightly.
Well, the easiest way to answer that is enlightenment, I guess. Something I've been seeking for some time now, and it just all happened to sort of come together at the same time. We got so many answers, and I met every single Kelly that you could possibly meet.
That must have been exhausting.
How many
Oh, no.
Kellys are there?
How much fish did you catch?
It was only a second, but it was enough to transfer anything and everything that we've experienced.
Yes, the pocket dimension of fishing guilds.
I have news though, but I'm not sure this is the best place to stand and talk.
Well, shit, let's get moving in.
Well, hell, the StarCraft 2 logo comes over the screen.
It's
Here.
about time. And then
Here,
Doc-
it's
Doc
about
puffs a
damn
thing of
time.
smoke.
Now that would
31
be
episodes in, we finally get the title card for New Game for the show.
New Game Plus StarCraft 2 Season 2.
New Game Plus Wings of Liberty.
I gotta tell you, now I would love to see a fighter artificier version of Agrim that creates like
Dude.
a golem power armor for himself.
I mean,
He's like, negative feedback. It's the greatest thing to happen to Dwarven technology.
you're essentially just talking about all the dwarves from Warhammer Fantasy, because that's pretty much what they all are. I mean, they have fucking helicopters. Like steampunk
this-
helicopters. That's great.
So this place is different than when we came before, right?
A slightly different. Still
Is
very
there-
much similar, but something has changed about it.
Is there still a hut on the way out of the swamp?
You're stopping by there?
May as well.
Yes.
See what else
There
is
is a
different.
hut. It is overgrown with vegetation, vines. The floorboards have been cracked by grass growing between them.
Hmm.
Nothing remains inside. The meticulously kept metallic jars, the kitchenette, even the beds, the chairs, all of it has been removed, or maybe was never here in the first place.
Do I still have any of those marble beads that like absorb bad vibes?
No.
Okay. Okay. I'll just like look around and be like, seems our shapeshifting friend is no longer here either. Is
I
it possible
suspect
that
what-
Kelly Kelly's not the new one here? Maybe we are.
Arthur, does this place seem familiar to me at all? Or?
It does not. Your memories of your specific time have begun to fade rather rapidly. But even then, with what vestiges you hold, this is still somewhat different than how you remember things.
Even for me, it's a strange start to a somewhat familiar and much trodden path.
Is there like some sort of roll that I could do to recognize if the trees are like the rapid growth fey trees that I summoned?
Yes, of course. Make an Arcana check. This will be quite simple. You only need to hit
Fuck.
a 10.
That's also kind of difficult for me. Yep.
You begin looking around, attempting to read the energies that flow through this area. You're a novice at ley lines and planar energies.
I'm not high enough. That's the problem.
Yeah. The problem is you continuously use your own supply.
So I'm gonna. I start looking around at what Daka's doing, and it's like, can I inquire what you're doing?
There's lots of puffing and like following the smoke as it moves toward places.
Yeah, just like opening my mouth and letting it drift towards certain places. Last time, our last cycle, I don't know how much you remember. Flemia fell, and Rorik also fell to a death paladin.
Mm-hmm.
On the ashes of Flemia, I may have brokered a deal with my patron to create a new forest and make it grow this way.
Strange. Kelly doesn't have any knowledge of that.
Are you referring to yourself in the third person now?
I guess it's
I
hard
am.
not to if you've just been like met all of yourself.
Yeah.
I suppose when we arrive at Flemia, we'll know for sure.
Who is your patron?
The mask.
Arthur, can I do some sort of check to see what I know about this?
The unnamed mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, in every timeline that you briefly could remember, the unnamed mask is a Fey patron of relatively unknowable intent. Would you like to know more?
I would like to
Make
know
an
more.
Arcana check. Are the levels on the overlay still correct? No. Kelly is not a cleric fighter. He's now Paladin 5 and instead of a he, it's a
Paladin
she.
5, yes.
Yep. I just forgot to do it
okay.
before the show. And I'm really afraid to update anything on OBS right now without it crashing.
13.
Yeah, the Unnamed Mask was once a key player on the material plane, but some time ago, several hundred years ago, they withdrew all of their Fey peoples for reasons that have not been determined and have lain on the Fey plains, waiting to be called by something or someone, as far as anyone can figure out. So where once they might have terrorized villages that did not leave them out bread and milk, now they simply do not pass into the realm of men.
So when I was communicating with myself, that sounds weird saying it like that, but that's exactly what happened. I met a guardian of sorts, one that protects, well, everything from people like us, troublemakers, people who have no understanding of time and the imprints that we leave behind. And he warned me, along with giving me enlightenment, that we should be very careful of the footprints that we leave, and if possible, follow those same footprints once more again, in order to reduce the impact that we have on the, well, I don't know what you'd call it, multiverse? Planes? It's hard to say. I have a suspicion, my good friend, that you've started meddling in things that might tamper with that in ways that we don't understand.
It's very possible. The mask seems mischievous.
The Fey patron being mischievous? I am fucking shocked.
Flabbergasted.
I know. I'm hashtag shook, man.
Yeah. But I suggest we get to Flemia and find out the truth.
So, is Rorik as scrawny as he was?
He likes
remember
standing
him
on
being-
rocks.
Oh,
He does
no,
like-
that I remember.
No, he's a big boy with a big sword and big personal issues.
Right.
I have a warning for him if we come across him.
You're gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
in a matter of speaking, maybe a little bit more fey than that.
All right, I'm trying to fix the overlay right now, and it turns out there are fonts that need to be down. It's not going to happen tonight, guys. I can't do it
Yeah.
live. I apologize.
It's cool. It's cool. All you need to know about the new Kelly is that Kelly is a level 5 paladin of the Oath of the Ancients. And
they're real.
actually, I don't think there is breasts on Dragonborn females.
I don't think.
Oh,
I think technically there's just like even genitalia is just like cloaca, you know?
man.
I'm not even going to guess.
D&D leaves it all up to how furry you are, so, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have a new PC, Arthur. That's so you don't have like proper fonts and shit installed, probably.
Yeah, I know. I'm recovering everything as time goes. So, you are traveling to the outskirts of Flemia and arriving as the sun rises in the way that you normally do.
Mm-hmm. Unless anyone else has any other suggestions.
Nah, I don't.
No.
The outskirts of Flemia seem much the same, with the exception of the Wizard's Tower northwest of the town that had been broken down and falling apart has been reinforced into a watchtower of some sort. All of the falling apart stones, all of the shabby manufacture has been created anew once more. And as you approach, there are men on the small wall that surrounds Flemia that see you coming and like wave to you and say, "Hello there, travelers. Is that a dragonborn among you?
Yes.
A rare sight. What's your business in Flemia?"
We have business with Rorik. Do you know him?
Lord Flemia.
Yes.
Think he's out tending to the harvest. Can I say what business you have before we open the gates?
I yell up like the vague secret that we know about him. Just he'll know what it means.
Okay.
Something seems strange here.
Yeah, this is not regular.
About 20 minutes later, the gates open, and Rorik, in full plate mail, riding a majestic elk, comes trotting out and
Cold
says,
stone.
"I am Sir Rorik Flemia, lord of this place. What secret of mine do you wish to profess to me?"
Usually Kelly did the talking. I guess I'll have to take this one.
I don't know what a Kelly is.
I motion towards the Dragonborn.
Ah,
I do like the finger wave thing.
I was not aware that there were any Dragonborn in this world. Has your scion begun to lay eggs?
I don't know what it
Interesting.
mean.
But how long ago did this happen?
Been hundreds of years since a Dragonborn has walked this world. You're mature, so I must assume that there may be others.
You should never ask a lady's age. Rorik.
Apologies.
Does he still look like a paladin, or is he something else?
Oh, he's 100% a paladin. You can see the stick equipped up his ass. That comes standard issue for all paladins.
The oath of stick up your ass. Yeah.
It is an ancient stick. You do not question the stick.
It's been the same stick for 80 generations.
It's a stick that my grandfather had, and then my father also had, and now I valiantly wear the same stick.
God. So I guess like I'll ask if we can have a more private audience, because I don't want to like wreck or like reveal his secrets to the entire town. So like you have a manor, correct?
I do. It is harvest day, and I must apologize, but your manner is quite odd with me. You come forward speaking about secrets. You seem to be adventurers of some sort. Something I can do for the guild.
How did Kelly phrase this last time? I was trying to remember what Kelly said last time.
Would you like me to handle it, Ducker?
If you remember the words, please. Yeah.
I'll step forward and I'll do a bow and it's like, hello, Lord. My name is Paladin Kelly. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet a fellow paladin. Slams a mailed fist against his armor.
Yeah. I will. We have information that you have given to us previously. You will have no knowledge of it as it is right now, but it is a secret that you presumably hold dear. And speaking it to you now would insinuate such things. Perhaps if you are willing to step down from your horse, from your mount, perhaps I can give it to you in hushed tones.
Make a persuasion check with advantage from Daka. Oh, by the way, everybody can take, what's that thing? Inspiration.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I still have mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I still have it.
Well, you know, you guys
And
spend
it
it while
we
you
got
got
it,
it.
boys.
I know. I hand it out infrequently, but
Persuasion, you said?
you guys did fucking destroy a woman's laboratory, so...
6.
Wow. Yeah, he says, I will not dismount my horse, and if you have anything secret to say to me, simply speak it out loud here. Yeah,
Very
Then
well.
it wouldn't be a secret.
quite busy. I have nothing to hide from my people.
Your actions have been cowardice in the past. That is
Yeah,
the reason
when you
why.
say that, there's a shifting of the two guards that are along the wall, and he tightens his grip on his reins. You can hear the leather creaking. You will be careful what you say next.
This is
This is
secret
why-
usually us.
I have never spoken any such secret to you, for I have never acted with cowardice.
Wait, he's currently a paladin?
Yes.
Oh. That's different.
Perhaps we have you confused with someone else. My apology.
Perhaps indeed. Have
However, that
you
does not change
been to the
direction
swamps
in which we
recently?
travel.
You seem confused.
I like look around. It's like, this is a somewhat foreign land to us. You could say that.
I suspect your lair must be far to the north.
I'm sorry, my what now?
Your lair, where you came from.
Terribly sorry, Sir Rourke. You can return to the harvest. We'll just go to the inn. Don't worry, we know the way.
I am deeply concerned for the four of you. You have come from the south. If you have breathed in the mists of the forest and the beaches there, you may have a dire affliction of the mind.
Well, then the cleric at the inn will be able to take care of us, yes?
Cleric at the inn. My wife. Yes.
Yes.
Come
your
see.
Wife.
Yes.
Um,
I wouldn't call it an inn.
tavern?
Why don't you just come inside?
Bed and breakfast?
Airbnb?
It is strange the things that you know and yet do not know. Just clearly your mind has been muddled by the fog of the black worm.
If we can ever order the words in the right sequence to help you understand, I'm sure it'll blow your mind. And then I'd take a puff on my pipe and just start walking.
All right. So as you are led into town, one of the guards falls in behind you and seems to be like watching all of you to make sure you don't do anything. And Rurik has his elk trotting along slowly in front, and he gestures out. The town looks totally different on the inside here. There's at least twice as many people. There seems to be a number of soldiers. There's a militia of the town who all appear to be fairly well equipped. Metallic armor and
As
weapons.
we're walking, I'll just inquire real quickly with Rorik. It's like, do you happen to have a kobold problem around this area?
Kobold? There hasn't been a kobold problem in 10, 15 years. I think we really put them down the last time we had to have one of those little soirees.
Sorry.
Was it the green or the black variety?
Both. Something of a problem. We have new problems now, but nothing like kobolds. I'm sure they'll gather again, as they always do. But
Are there more trees in the area than used to be?
no, there aren't. In fact, there
more
are
barren?
an enormous amount of houses constructed out of both wood and stone, but they appear to be of finer make than before. Probably the biggest change is that the fields have been expanded several times over, and the whole town is overflowing with food, even though it's the planting season. People are making food. They seem to have invented a society of food carts. And as you're going past, people are like, Lord Rorik, please try one of these, and the four of you.
Try some roasted nuts
Welcome,
at the
my name
cart
is-
nut stand.
No, when you say that, a man is like, oh, you want roasted nuts? Yes, I have several chestnuts that you can try. They're quite good with some truffles.
That's a lot of nuts.
Oh, plenty of nuts for you. How many would you like? Here. And
Do, do you have like a testing kit or something like that, or maybe a variety of?
So he
different
brings out
nuts that we can
4
partake in?
small wooden bowls that have like a little bit of chestnuts, a little bit of some very finely shredded mushrooms, some sauce, and a little sprinkle of salt on the top. This is an enormous pile of wealth that has been put into. He's like, please take it, try some.
I'll gladly
I'd try some, yeah.
consume.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's particularly they must be undergoing a culinary revolution.
I'll smirk at Agram though, just be like, cart nuts exist.
This is
Copyrighted fucking ideas.
Cart
Bullshit.
nuts.
Cart nuts.
I don't know what cart nuts are, but you
worry
come
about
back
it.
to my place. My name's George. If you need any food at all, you ignore these other hustlers around here. I've got what you need, good friends. And he like
I'll put my hand on George's shoulder and I'll just be like, I have a question for you, good
Yes?
sir. How startling is it to see a dragonborn these days?
barely startling. I haven't heard of a dragonborn since my grandfather's grandfather's time. The dragons don't normally, procreate. I'm sorry, I don't want to offend you, but I don't really know how it works.
Well, actually, it's quite similar to how humans do it.
Oh, I see. I have a hard time imagining that, but I'll assume that you're correct. You're the expert after all.
Well, I think that really the only major difference is the fact that most dragonborn males have 2 genitalia appendages.
So he's incredibly uncomfortable now. He's like, I'm sorry. I know that you're from the north, but I have to say, around here, we don't generally talk about those kind of subjects openly in the street.
I mean, am I mistaken? You did inquire about how
I
such
think the
rituals are
conversation is
performed.
over here. I don't need any further knowledge about draconic mating rituals, however fascinating they might be.
Well, they're incredibly fascinating. I have read volumes on it, actually.
Okay, I'm just gonna...
What about tieflings for a particularly horny bunch? And then just flick my horns.
He's just gathering the bowls back up again. He's just like, remember, it's George's food cart right over here. It looks like this.
Thanks, George. Just keep going. This place is. I have a theory. I'll tell you guys or you folks, guys and girl, this is all new and different.
As Rorik continues to lead you towards his mansion, it looks roughly the same, but where once there was a tavern nearby, now instead there is a church, bearing not any symbology of Wellwind, but instead bearing symbology of the god of flame, Hera's Firebringer.
Is this a god that we're familiar with?
I mean, if
No.
you're vaguely interested in any god stuff, you would know a bit about Hera's Firebringer.
Like the
The god
only
of
place
light.
that we
So
would
it's-
have come across any like other gods than a Wellwind and the Death God was just Magnar, right? When Kelly was looking around for
We also learned about the gods mostly from the fact that we learned the story about how the oldest god was consumed by the other ones. So it's sort of like, and plus I was a cleric last time, so to a degree. But Kelly will scratch her chin and say, I didn't really study much religion.
Can I make a check? I think I have a religion.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll see if you have
Oh,
read
hell yeah, I
anything.
do. 18?
Okay, so in the theology, Wellwind and Hera's Firebringer both have a very close connection. Hera's is, in godly terms, they're dating, but they both also hate each other intensely deeply. Their elemental signs are completely opposite. She's the god of storms and water, and he is the god of the sun and fire. He also cheats on her constantly with mortals. So he will inhabit his priests on Earth, who are all sacred prostitutes, and have flings with mortals. And Wellwind gets incredibly, intensely jealous and upset about it.
And
so
then
they go
have-
through decade-long periods of battling, and then the
then-
churches will realign.
Plain altering makeup sex. Yeah. we
Yeah.
gotta-
God damn it, Zeus.
You idiot.
I'm gonna stick my dick in it. Don't do it. Too late.
Oh,
He is
And now
regarded.
look what you did. Your son gave birth to a giant wolf.
He's regarded as the god of truth, beauty, and guidance.
So I'll act like I know what I'm doing when I walk
Yeah.
in.
As you approach, Liliana is there, but she's wearing a silk dress and a corset. Everything in this church is deep maroon reds, and she's just like, "Welcome, welcome to the Shrine of Heros, bringer of the flame." Ah, yeah. I see you've met my husband.
Yes, I thought we knew him a little better. Maybe we knew someone he's related to or something like that.
I see that you are travelers, adventurers, perhaps.
Yes.
It's rare for the guild to come this far south, but ever since they set up a shop in Bondaroct, it has been somewhat more frequent.
Yeah, we're not quite guild. We're working on it.
I see. Well, I will still offer you sanctuary in the church for the night if you need to stay. And Rorik gets off of his elk and ties it to one of the pews and goes over to speak with her privately. The elk turns to look at all of you and is just nudging its way towards Agrim.
So if I'm to be believed, Daka, you said that she was a holy whore?
She, in the timeline we remember, they were not an item, and she was a priest of or a cleric of Wellwind.
Rorik got her father killed.
That's true.
Yes.
It wasn't the girl that we rescued from the kobold some relation to her as well, or is it just
Yes.
some random girl?
Sister?
Yes, you're talking about
Yes.
Belle. Or,
the
sorry,
young-
you're talking about Maria Hale,
Yeah, the young girl
Yeah.
is.
the
The-
blacksmith's daughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have a relationship.
So when we have some time alone, when they're conversing with each other, I'll turn to the party and be like, I think were all not from the time that we remember. Something to do with the crystal brought us all together again, but on a different plane of reality than we're all from.
I agree with that hypothesis. I revoke my previous statement about your Fey meddling.
Oh, I did Fey metal. That's fine. And I will continue to probably, or else lose my power.
Just don't let me hear about it. I don't want to have anything to do with what you do.
Fair. But if this is true, then we are on a whole new path.
Over top of the screen, it overlays the show's new logo, Spider-Man Far From Home.
The furthest from home.
A bubble-headed sorcerer walks out from the wall.
So,
Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Glemo686. I'm from another reality.
But then the eye opens and it's like, it's fucking Aardvark.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, wow, look at
So-
that. Kelly has updated on the overlay through my intense hard work.
Nice.
Oh, nice. So, shall we just enjoy ourselves then?
I like enjoying myself.
I think all we can do is kind of play it by ear.
As you guys are talking, the elk bleats at you.
I'll look at the elk and be like,
Right. The elk can understand you because you're a ranger, so
yeah.
it paws at the ground towards you and is trying to it's pulling at the reins towards you.
I'll walk over with some of the walnuts or like the roasted hazelnuts that I
Okay.
hadn't eaten yet. And I'll just like,
Oh, he
hold
starts
them out in my
chomping
palm.
down on them for sure, and licking
In
your hand
before
in
the elk
process.
has a nut allergy and just explodes.
You all wake up underneath the mountain.
Yeah. Death by elk shrapnel. That had to be a first. I wouldn't even be mad.
Rura
Jesus.
comes back over and says, Liliana can provide you with some soothing healing, but has indicated that if you simply take some of these herbs and consume them, and he hands you guys a packet of like a green paste, tomorrow morning you should feel more yourselves. Now, you seem to have some knowledge of me, but I'm quite keenly aware that none of us have ever met before. I feel that I would remember the four of you.
we've come to a bit of an understanding and hypothesis. I'll point to the wizard's tower. It's like, is there an occupant in the wizard's tower now?
Yes. There has been for about 20 years, ever since I came back from the front.
What kind of magic are they versed in?
Oh, well, I'm afraid he's not located there right now. He's somewhat of a traveling scholar. But my understanding is that transmutation, summoning of sorts, various other smaller... Currently, it's being loaned to the Magnate. Magnar government has been basing troops out of it. We all serve the kingdom, after all.
It's too bad. They could have maybe shed some light on our situation, but
Oh, well, if you're looking for wizards, you will find several in Bondarak. It has become something of a hotspot ever since the Count retired.
Count Bondarak retired.
Oh, yes, Count Bondarak retired 2 or 3 years ago from his duties. His son has taken up his stead on the military field. In fact, if it were not the harvest season right now, I and the Knights of Thunder would be on the front lines.
Is there still a demon horde to the north?
Yes, of course. We've been fighting the demon lord, Stalvin Black, for, say, about 80 years.
Some things never change then, huh?
Some things don't.
Yeah, some things never change.
So I'll sort of look around at everyone, and are you familiar with planar travel?
I am.
Where we
Yes.
came from was startlingly similar to where we are now, with slight changes, as it were. We knew you quite well in that plane.
I find that difficult to believe.
But it is the truth. You're much better off now than you were in that one.
Okay. I also feel like I'm very well off right now.
So
everyone has their problems, of course, and the harvest came in light last season, but
these were a little bit more eclipsing problems. But it's good to know that there are some places in this world that seem to work and function correctly. So I apologize for our confusion earlier. It seems,
yeah, and it's just cutting out like mid-sentence for people too. That's what's weird. Usually I'm not
it's
even doing anything.
It's a random crash, doesn't have any like correlation to something like, oh, this happened.
Yep.
I mean, it could be a number of things, like if you're using OBS browser or anything like that. So, okay. So what time is it right now, Arthur, in the game world?
Slightly after dawn.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull everyone aside real quick after Rorik lets us leave, and I'm gonna say there was one other thing I forgot to mention. There is a fifth portion of. There's another being like us that's affected by the time dilation and loops. The Guardian mentioned her specifically. It was
it
she.
the Guardian or was it the Witch?
No, it was the Guardian.
The Guardian, yeah.
Cool.
Perhaps since everything has, well, essentially reset and the goals have changed, like perhaps we should attempt to try and find her, as well as finding more of these crystals. It's given me quite a boon to. I think it'd be worthwhile for all of you to coalesce the information that each and every one of you knows.
Oh, we know. Well, there's rumors that there's one in the Caldera to the northeast.
Well, I mean,
I concur.
We can look there, but the other thing that's worth mentioning, we Kellys decided that it would be best if we use the timeline that we're in now with all of us to bring in the best and brightest that we have in order to progress faster. So that's why I'm here, basically.
Just to be clear, you're saying that you're the best Kelly that exists out of all Kellys.
Kelly
Yes.
Prime.
Yeah.
Kelly Prime. Yeah. Kelly Prime.
So you suggest we find a crystal and become our best selves?
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
All of you end up becoming paladins like Rurik. You just stand on rocks as the wind goes past.
It is without a doubt that I have become the smartest, wisest, strongest, fastest, and most beautiful version of the Kelly that you could possibly imagine.
Do you fish, though?
Absolutely. Some things don't change.
Someone nearby goes, sorry, did I hear you say you fish?
Do you even fish, bro?
Absolutely, my kind man.
He walks
In
over and
fact,
says, oh, we got a fishing competition going on in next 2 days. Once Platon's over, do the fishing competition, and then we're all heading off north, to war.
That seems like a very odd stage of things to go through.
Well, it's wet now. You got to plant when it's wet. That's what Wellwind says.
Oh, no, I was talking specifically about the fishing tournament, and then you go to war.
Well, you go to war when the king calls, so,
But it happens directly after the fishing tournament?
Well, we like to have that fishing tournament, so that when we go north, we can salt the fish and have good provisions. Can't rely on Magnar for everything, Got to show them our flaming spirit.
I'm curious, good sir. Why all the soldiers on the walls? Are you expecting bandits?
Nah, it's just good practice around these parts, you know. Lord Flamia likes to keep everybody in good shape so that we can all be the Knights of Thunder, follow in his wake. You know, you don't want to lose it, right? I know you know what I'm talking about. Like sometimes you do your 40 days of service and then you come back, you spend 400 days sitting around, and you wonder, have I lost it? You know, am I as good with the spear as I once was? Can I still sit a horse while wearing chainmail? You can't have doubt like that clouding your mind on the battlefield. You want to be a Knight of Thunder, you have to be as resolute as the Stormhead.
Okay.
Sounds legit.
Thanks. I think I'm pretty legit myself. By the way, name's Sergeant Holkins.
I am Hendrix.
Hi, Hendrix.
I sort of like look quizzically over at Daka, and I was like,
I kind of like to shake my head for a second and just like smile and shake it off.
I'll do like a curtsy bow thing, and I'll be like, I'm Kelly, a paladin.
Oh, I'm honored to meet another paladin, sir, lady, ma'am, dame. What would you like to be addressed as?
Paladin would be fine.
Okay, paladin. You know, only other paladin I know is, Lord Flemia, so.
Yeah, my paladin friendo.
Hell.
And you other two? Yeah, you don't have to introduce yourself, none to me, but...
First Sergeant Iron Fury.
Oh, Iron
Iron Fury.
Fury. I think I
Yeah.
heard of them. I thought you people were all dead. Kind of seems like maybe you're not.
There's probably a couple of us still running around out here.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's a
It's a long story.
super famous song, but Ballad of the Fall of the Iron Fury. Okay, you'd know better than me.
I'm Third Sergeant Longbottom.
Third Sergeant.
What? I didn't know they had ranks like that over there in the
You're
West.
just gonna look at Finley. It's like, what the fuck are you saying, bro?
They do.
Okay.
This,
I mean,
you
I thought-
wouldn't know.
You're right.
Well, I guess
wouldn't
they
know.
do have second breakfast, so I guess they would have
I
third
haven't
sergeant.
headed that far away. I mean, I thought they called you guys petty officer or something, but all right.
He's even got a medal and a pat like his forehead.
Is that Gleemo coin?
It sure is.
Man, I haven't seen that guy in ages.
Yeah, me either.
He's pretty busy nowadays.
Yeah, what's he up to?
Adventuring, I think. I mean, that's his tower over there.
Where?
He points to the wizard's tower that's been turned into a watchtower.
I might just have to pay him a visit.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like maybe you know the Sir Flemia a bit, Lord Flemia. They were old adventuring companions.
Oh, I was an old adventuring companion of Gleemos.
Really? You're a member of the Adventuring Guild then?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. How about that office they set up in Bondarock? It is really
It's gorgeous. It's really, I mean,
fantastic.
You've been there?
Make a deception check.
Deception check?
Yeah.
But he's been to that office, hasn't he?
Yeah.
No, there's never been an office there.
Really?
Yeah, they've been very adamant that you guys worked. I mean, we're back again.
Okay.
We're back again now.
Just get yourself one of those tiny Elgatos and have like a OBS crash button that'll restart everything on one button press.
The
Super
the
confused.
stream wakes up in a mountain. That's funny.
Yeah, it does.
You wake up in a mountain. I really don't understand why this is happening, but where were we? You were talking to the sergeant.
Welcome to Mixer, alternate dimension Twitch.
I rolled a deception check.
Yes. What was the deception check total?
10.
Yeah. He starts looking at you strangely. He's just like, yeah, I've been there a couple months ago. Passed through.
Look, buddy, I'm just trying to fit in. I'm just trying to look cool in front of my friends.
Okay. All right. I mean, seems weird. I mean, you don't have to lie to me. I mean, if you want to lie to them, very odd.
I have a.
Oh, he's
I'm gonna
kneeling
go-
down. By the way, he's at your level to like have this private conversation. Now that you've admitted that you're lying to your friends, it's just...
I'm not. I just want them to think I'm cool.
Okay.
That's all.
I mean, all right. You don't have to say that you're like a third sergeant or whatever. That's not a real rank.
It could be though.
I mean, anything could happen.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Okay.
When he stands back up, I turn to him and say, "Do you happen to have you been to Magnar before?"
You mean the capital? Because we're
Yes.
in Magnar.
I mean the city Magnar.
Yeah. I mean, we pass through every year on the way to the front lines.
Have you heard rumors of a witch?
I mean, there are several warlock witches. Is there
One
someone
that resides outside of Magnar proper.
Is there a name?
What was her name again, Arthur?
Valdella?
Valdella?
The assassin princess?
Can you tell me more of this?
Everybody knows about Valdella. She ain't no witch. She's a thief. Killer.
Is she a tiefling?
Yeah?
Pink?
I believe that the tale should be told that particular way. She didn't have any magic powers or anything. She's just particularly skilled at blackmailing people and stabbing them to death.
Do you happen to know where we might find her?
What do you want to do with her?
I wish to make her see the errors of her ways.
Okay. I mean, we're a couple, dozen miles away from Magnar, so I mean, I can't direct you there specifically, but I assume
So
if
she's
you're
working
looking
out
for
of
trouble,
Magnar.
if you go outside the north outskirts of Magnar and start asking about Valdella, someone will throw a bag over your head.
Interesting. You've given me lots to think about. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Paladin, for your time. Y'all were a treat. So he just stands there looking at all of you, standing
Thanks.
there with them.
Thanks, George.
So yeah, I guess maybe we stay here for the evening and see if anything happens to this place like it did in the last timeline.
Yeah, probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Because I'm curious whether like the places are the same but different, but I'm wondering if the timeline still breaks down the same way. So, Arthur, I guess we find like lodgings.
So you were offered sanctuary at the church if you'd like to take
That's
that.
right. Yes,
But I mean, that's sanctuary.
it's not exactly like a private place to converse or anything like that, right?
So
Go to the
there's-
inn. I mean, right? It's still there.
Yeah.
the church is where the inn used to be.
Well,
and
fine.
has the same basic framework and functionality.
Is there
but-
an inn in the town anyway?
There is no proper inn, but if you'd like to ask around for
We'll hit the church for the first night, and then, as a
Well,
to
what's
be
the time of
polite,
day?
like not.
What's the time of day right now? Anyway.
it's
So
still
early.
around just after dawn. So
Yeah. Well, then let's
Maybe
meander
then
about
we
town.
should move to Bundaruk then. Just keep going.
do that too.
Yeah, we should see.
Because if there were all these changes here, there's no telling what could have happened at a much bigger place, right?
Yeah. I want to see if that ancient elven rune is still there. In the elven
Southeast?
armor thing.
Oh,
Right.
the hole in the ground with the incubus.
Yeah.
Mm.
Interesting.
What kind of like what stayed the same and what changed, or did everything change, or is there like an anchor point?
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna try to rush and make it to Bondarok in one day?
Well, like that's just where we're going now, I guess.
Okay.
Also, Bondarak for us was like a rally point, right? Where we managed to get
Mm-hmm.
armor, we managed to get crossbow.
We're probably like most familiar with that spot, maybe.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You
And
take.
it'd be interesting to see if the salt mines are still infested
Mm.
or if they're normal now, because that Acheron Silverblade dude was in the salt mines.
Yeah.
He was.
You head west out of town, and the road curves north. Halfway between Flemia and Bondarok, there is one of the magnate watchtowers that gets set up every 17 miles. This is not exactly 17 miles, but there are 4 men on horses and 4 men up top with crossbows watching everything that happened. And they hail you as you pass. They go, "Hail the travelers! Is there any news?"
They're about to start a fishing tournament in 2 days' time.
Aye, that's normal.
Getting close to finishing planting the harvest, I guess. That's really about it.
Yeah,
No,
so no news really.
Nope, nothing out of the ordinary.
Just like everything that happens in Bondarok.
Yep, boring. I know how it goes.
All right, road's safe to the north.
All
Just
right,
like it always is.
try and keep from killing yourself from boredom. I know how that being on watch goes. It sucks.
Yep.
I'll wave a baggie, be like, "You need something to pass the time?"
Agram just like it's just like you just it's essentially just done this equivalent of asking the DEA agent if he wants to smoke some weed.
One of the horsemen begins trotting towards you, right? So they're having a conversation at distance, but one of the guys coming forward and he's just like, "What do you have in the bag?"
Just some, regular dream weed.
Okay. You take a sniff of that.
Helps you pass the time.
He
Take a
reaches down
sniff
to
if you
take the
want.
bag from you. I'd take a pinch of this if you got some.
It's
Holds out a
yours.
pipe for you.
Have a good dream.
Okay. You're giving him the whole bag?
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a
Little
tiny
pouch.
little.
You got a
It's
little
like a dime
baggie.
bag,
Yeah,
pretty
you-
much.
First
You know,
one's
you
always
got a
free.
little half gram for him.
Yeah.
We invented a couple of things in this game universe. The first one is cart nuts. The second one is Ziploc bags.
It's like a tiny dice bag for like one dice. Just like,
Oh, that reminds me.
you can fit a single D20 in this bag.
yeah.
I was supposed to take a picture of my dice bag, or my dice sack to show my dominance over Henley.
Uh,
Yeah, you don't remember? Because I was like, Fire Emblem is definitely
Oh.
100% going to have children soldiers. And you were like, no, it's not. And I fucking log in and they're like, everyone is 18 or younger. And I'm like, this is literally a roster of children. The main character is also a child.
These children do not have AK-47s.
There's a
I do
little
not consider
ghostly
them
child that
soldiers.
follows him around and is like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Henley. It's all child soldiers all down the line. Anyway, yeah, this guy takes your dream read and heads back. See him stuffing it into a pipe and just starts smoking it with the rest of the patrol.
All right, well,
If
keep
you aren't
moving.
pushing yourselves, you won't make it all the way to Bondarok today.
that's fine.
How far is this watchtower from where we're going?
You're about halfway between Flemia and Bondarok.
And it's roughly what time of day?
Right now, it would be mid-afternoon.
Well, I mean, we can keep going. I mean, we can do a camp.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
So you again get halfway between this tower and Bondarok. There's the river that flows alongside the road. The road is slightly nicer than what you're used to.
I think we've stopped in this area before.
Yes.
Kelly like pissed off to go fish or something.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
And didn't
It-
catch anything, but enjoyed the experience anyway.
Yeah.
It has been over time. This area is slightly different. It's way more flat. People have altered it by their passing. There's a grove of trees that surrounds the campground now in order to cut down wind, noise, sight, all of that. And the area has been depressed down several inches so that if you set up a fire, the fire won't rise above that level. It looks like a pretty nice, well-maintained place. And you can see that there are fish actively jumping out of the river nearby.
I mean,
If one
I will
jumps
go
out,
partake.
yeah, it seems like as good a place as any.
I
to,
will use a spell that I have not used before.
Oh, really?
Oh boy.
Tell me more.
Mage hand. I want to grab a fish.
Oh, yeah. You absolutely snatch a
Yoink.
fish. No problem. You just reach out and you grab a fish. You got this nice
Just
little river fish. It's probably like, we'll call it like 10 inches.
That defeats the entire purpose of fishing in the first place.
Can I just like hold out a net? Like
Yeah.
jump into it?
I just start shooting the crossbow at fish. No, don't do it.
Well, I don't.
I'm sitting there just like pulling out my pole, putting it together, and all these
I would like to invent bow fishing, please.
fucking dynamiting the riverbank.
No, just
Like
bow.
that.
Just bow fishing.
Yeah, I just keep mage handing fish for as long as I can.
I mean, how much
I'm-
fish
I'm
are
in it
all of
worth-
you looking to come away with?
No, I mean, I guess dinner.
Well,
You know what?
I'd take-
I sigh and I start packing up my pole again. It's like,
I mean, you can still fish because you're doing it for relaxation. He's just maintaining stuff because we're hungry.
Yeah, I mean, between Daka and Finley, you get dinner wrestled up in about 5 minutes worth of some nice,
Sweet.
beautiful
So, I mean, if
river
you wanna-
fish.
If you want to fish while we're like cooking, like if you want to fish to relax or whatever, fucking go for it. Or,
No,
it's more food.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's
well, we could always make some salt fish and take some with us.
I mean, yes, but we should never take more than we need.
When you say that, a nearby bird poofs into a figure and says, walking around a tree, "That's correct. You should never take more than what you need." They hold out their hand and a stick nearby slams into their palm, and they slam the staff down and says, "I am known as Half Elven.
Okay, I was gonna
Oh,
call,
yeah, we've run
I
into.
was gonna mention his name before he mentioned it.
Yeah, we've run
I wasn't
into.
sure if. I wasn't
Sure,
sure if he was
absolutely.
like-
you could say it at the same time as him if you want to,
Yeah.
or even
We're like
slightly
all,
before.
all
Yeah.
four of us. It's like half elven.
yeah, kind of like.
Yes, you've heard of me. Good. Then this will make this easy. You do not seem to be sons of
When
Magnar.
Half Elven shows up, I'm like, he keeps talking. I'm like, where's Gygax?
I do not know of what you speak.
I like turned to Kelly like,
We haven't gotten there yet.
didn't we get Gygax from?
We got Gygax from Bundarock.
Yep. Oh yeah, he was post Bonderock.
I thought we got it from this guy.
Nope.
Yes,
Post.
you get it. You get it from Half Elven as a reward for clearing out the Sunlands.
Okay.
So you guys are all whispering, and he's like, "I'm sorry. Have I interrupted your conversation with my bringing of the tidings of doom?
Please continue, half elven.
This land cries out for freedom, and only noble souls such as yourselves can save it. Even now, a resistance against the regime of Magnar grows. Will you pledge yourselves to join the freehold movement and drive out the magnate?"
As far as I can tell, there is peace in these lands.
Peace that comes at a dire price. Our men are set north to fight wars that do not belong to us. The empire, or the kingdom, comes down here and takes the bounty of the land.
If the tide isn't stemmed for the demons, won't they just take the demons take what they want?
I do not speak for the northern plains. I speak for these free lands of freehold. We must be here, and we... Will you not lend your aid, travelers? Or will you instead feed the gluttonous industry of the hated Magnar?
How many strong are you?
There are enough of us.
How's your logistics situation? That's kind of important to a successful campaign.
So he slams his staff on the ground, and like various animals begin coming out from behind the trees. Like 3 birds land on his arm, and he's like, "Food and water is no problem for the Brotherhood.
But men is, yes?
We seek those with skill to train our burgeoning resistance."
We have skill.
Is he a druid?
Yeah.
I mean,
think
there
so.
are birds landing on his arm, and he transformed from being.
Well, he was
bird.
something else last time, right?
No, he was
Yeah.
still a druid.
No. I mean, he was like he was some bigger animal last time the first time
Yeah.
we
Yes.
encountered him.
He was like an osprey.
Yeah, it was
Just-
some bigger.
Just now we've heard of the Druidic Brotherhood, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
wild shaping motherfucker.
I mean, I'm already bound to the Fey Wildlands, so I guess.
I mean, if we want to start a rebellion or something, I mean, why not?
Well,
Although it'd be
we
nice
seek
to
it-
have more information about this guy, this magnate or whatever, before we start. You know,
Well, it's the previous magnate's son, right? Count Bondarok's son.
You speak of Count
Mhm.
Bondarok. We rise in the Count's name. He is being imprisoned by the kingdom. No, we rise against the king and Magnar.
what was he arrested for?
Count Bondarok supports the freedom of Freehold. They try to paint these lands and call us a part of Magnar. But we have always traditionally held our independence against them. Now they come over our stone bridge, try to tell us what to do. They take from us and give us nothing back.
Perhaps we should talk to Count Bondarok. If you're
Sure.
really that desperate in need of help.
You will
We could
not
bust him out.
You will not join us and travel then. Back to the... Fine. I can see that you are convinced. Should you ever find yourself needing to join the Brotherhood, merely travel back to this campsite, and my agents will find me. I have a set of foxes. They bring me news.
That's cool.
So like Fox News.
Yes, Fox News.
God damn it.
He slams his staff down. It just falls to the ground as he turns into a flamingo and begins trying to flap away. And then he's just like running along the water of the river south.
stupid flamingos.
So majestic.
He just wanders off into a bush and stands on one leg, trying to blend in.
But he can't because he's looks like fucking sentient Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm incredibly confused about this. Maybe perhaps we've been in the same timeline for too long.
I think we need to get some more information.
Yeah.
Yes.
We know almost nothing about this place. It's like going to a
Almost-
shop and they've rearranged all the shelves.
Fucking hate it when they do that.
I don't know, right? And you stand forever just trying to find the thing you were trying to go in there to.
Finally
In the
learn where
first place.
they put the flux, and then I go in like 2 weeks later and then move the goddamn thing into the back, and it's just fucking, I got to get an associate. It's a whole thing.
It do
So-
feel out of place.
Yeah. Do you guys want to set watch? Are we doing that, or do we feel?
Yeah, we need to just do it. I would do it out of habit, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially with so many things being changed. You know.
Well,
just-
okay. So in terms of change, I don't have dark vision anymore. So
Okay. Well, I
So-
still have mine. So
Kelly and Finley are first and last watch when it's still light out and we'll be dead of night.
yeah, that works.
okay,
Okay.
I'll take Dawn if you want. Spooter, you
Yeah,
can
I'll take first.
Cool. I'll go after Finley.
Sure. And then I'll take dead of night and then wake Dave up at dawn.
So
Or
much like
Twilight.
This is
yeah,
Vex.
so So much like every other Kelly, dong out, sleeping in the nick. So no change there.
Yeah, probably
And
just.
it shouldn't come at a surprise to anyone.
No, I'm probably.
I'm shocked.
It probably would come as a shock, but like Dragonborn don't have external facing.
Gentillion.
Yeah, I don't
Look,
see them
I want to be
to
extremely
like,
clear. That is up to the person that created that character.
yeah, I don't
they're-
see him being like the only real feminine thing about Kelly is most likely the face, I would say, and maybe the size.
Maybe like more like lithe build compared to like a male, maybe.
Yeah, I don't see it being like there being like you know Vigoos and stuff, but yeah.
He
does still have
has
the sword.
but it's
Oh,
like
actually,
it's
you know what?
daylight for 40 meters. It would wake everyone up.
Yeah. No.
yeah, I have that. It's actually 80 meters, but yeah. Yeah, it's stupid. Actually, you know what? Let's set a precedent here because I did say that it was very similar to the humans. It is normal stuff, but no need for breasts or anything like that. So there. Now we don't need to talk about it anymore, and we can move on.
Fantastic. Best news I've heard all night. As you drift to sleep, Daka, a forest surrounds you, different than where you went to sleep. In a fire bed, the ashes still smoldering, there is a white painted wooden mask, and that is where we take our break.
Cool.
All right.
We will be back for the second half in about 8 minutes. Sorry for all the technical problems, guys. I'll try to figure it out, but of course I have no fucking clue, and I'd rather do the stream.
I think it's a slideshow.
I took the slideshow off, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll be back shortly. Wish fire noises. Okay, we're back again, I think. Right? Are we back? Everybody confirm. We'll wait for chat to see if we catch up. It does appear as if people can at least
Hey, we're good.
see us. All right, great. Fucking disaster stream tonight. I don't know what's happening.
Quantum internet, man. It happened.
Yeah.
Trying to get Comcast to go extra planar.
Speaking of extra planar, you're holding the mask, and it says to you, Daka, you grasp at straws, attempting to determine your situation, blindly throwing out theories.
Do you have some insight then?
I have observed this situation, and I know the truth of it.
Are you going to divulge?
What will you offer me?
What do you want? This place is completely new to me. I have no idea.
No,
what I
it
could
is
offer.
the same. It is as it has always been.
By the way, was that you in the swamp back there when we woke up?
No.
Interesting. It's not as I remember it.
I am as there as I have always been in all things. But that was not a particular act of mine. Indeed, it was an act of yours. Your perception of the situation happening to you is faulty. You cannot see the truth because you are within it.
Makes sense. It's like describing a fourth dimensional problem to a third dimensional being.
Indeed. Something like that. I will take payment from you at a future date. I know that you are good for it.
Well, the only time I failed was last time when I couldn't convince that damn druid to stab herself in the chest.
How unfortunate. You are the same place that you have always been. You are not in a sideways or on an alternate material plane. You are simply on the material plane.
So then the material plane has changed.
It has changed as it always does, in accordance with your godly powers. For all other planes, time continues to travel in the only direction it can, or has, or ever will. Forward. But every time you die, time reverses itself. The same point over and over again. But you have created an exception this particular time. You destroyed one of the crystals. They are the way that the world interacts with time. In doing so, that crystal was destroyed in all possible branches. A young tiefling seeking out power stumbles upon mere broken black pieces of glass. She does not take them, for they contain no power, and thus she never attracts the attention of an extraplanar being such as myself. And in a search for power, takes up other allies. A chain of events spreads from there.
Is she still a pawn of black?
No, indeed not. Why would Black pay attention to some pathetic, scrabbling orphan with a dagger? She's nothing.
What about the Elven ruins? Are they affected as well?
Well, that will be for you to find out. Everything has changed in the wake of her lack of power. Events play out differently over the last 20 years. Or so it would seem, but nothing has played out. For me, from my observation, all that happened was you broke the crystal, and then you awoke again underneath the mountain. But events have resequenced themselves. Time has stretched, play out this different, alternate reality. But it is the only material plane that it has always been.
So if we break another one of these crystals, it will change again.
I suspect that it would, but I would appreciate if you did not destroy such hollowed artifacts with abandon.
Do we know how many crystals there are?
Well, you're not there.
I'll just ask, do we know how many crystals there truly are? One less.
It does not... The crystals are not material things. They are manifestations of the core essence of reality. They are both without number and extremely precious.
Well, in order to achieve our goal, both ours, you and mine, and ours, my party's, for the good of time, one more must meet its doom.
Do not assume my goal. Do not make presumptions upon my plans. I am the unnamed mask. None have ever guessed at my plans.
But you keep giving me tasks to reclaim some place of this world. I assume that's part of it.
Makes for good festivities.
And in a bit of a power play, Doc is like, I am essentially an immortal prophet. I would like to know a little more, if possible.
I have already given you so much for free. Perspective on your situation that you, inside the bottle, could never grasp. What more could you ask of me without paying any price?
I'll come back with some bargaining materials.
I owe you. You already do.
Fair enough. But the Caldera crystal.
It is, perhaps, where you believe it to be. Its guardian is as pugnacious as it has always been.
Well, that's where we're headed.
I'm shocked to hear this.
Somehow I doubt that. I'll take one last look at like a Fey Forest and be like, at least this place is more familiar than the timeline I know.
Perhaps one day you'll be able to spend all of your time with us. We would welcome you into our merry band.
If things are to be believed, I'm already a god, or a piece of one. And then if I can wake up willingly, I'll wake up.
Yes.
Daka's getting a little testy power movie with the mask.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got...
I know a lot more shit about myself than I did before.
Yeah, you gotta test your limits, right? You know? Sometime you have to grow up and leave home. And you come back from college to do your laundry at Dad's place, and Dad's just like, well, you need allowance now, don't you, huh? Okay. Student loans and a part-time job not doing it for you. All right, okay. All right, I'm now gonna wait for the Zonalar fan fiction where the unnamed mask is your stepdad.
I'm just some like rebellious tiefling smoking all day in my room, playing extra planar Xbox.
Extra planar box. Yeah, of course. You know, and you can broadcast on Witch Prime.
Yeah,
Using the Eye of the Cauldron spell.
true.
You could just use it on any well or even a dish with a little bit of water in it and see out of the witch ball.
I'll gain many followers and influence the world. Jesus. Can we move on from this?
Yeah, you've awoken.
Awaken from my watch, I guess.
Agrim is on watch.
I'll
in the
wake
night.
up and like give him the tap, be like, my turn.
All right, have fun.
And I'll just sit on a rock and then smoke up. Not to get super blazed, but like this is his general coping mechanism to like keep even.
Casual herb.
Yeah. Cause like he's going more crazy with every death.
Well, it's like you can drink, you can have a couple drinks and be fine, or you can drink to get fucked up. There's a difference.
Yeah, this is like the calming stuff. Like coffee in the morning, pretty much.
All of you awaken in the morning with no problem.
Well,
All right.
We keep moving.
on to Bondrock, I guess.
On to Bondurok.
Yes, several hours after the morning sun rises, you make your way to Bondurok. The outside of Bondurok, instead of being a mere wall, is now ringed with huts would be a powerful word to describe them. Shanty town has set up outside of the walls. You see elves, halflings, dwarves, lots of people in the morning, all of them either returning from the Fisherman's Road to the east or heading down that road or even into the town.
This is a familiar scene. We've been here before.
You've been here before, but there's never been a shanty town outside the walls.
Hasn't there been? I thought there was.
No.
There was a line of people waiting
Yes.
to get in, but there was
That's
never
what I
a
meant.
shanty town.
The line of people this time is much shorter because the gates are simply flung open, and anyone is allowed in or out without blocking or stopping in any way.
Well,
All right. So last time we were here, we managed to do the salt mines.
Mm-hmm.
is there any
So
mumbling about salt mines and zombies? Or is it completely normal?
I mean, there's a lot of mumbling right now about people fishing. There's mumbling about salt, but not about the mines. Like as people are coming down the Fisherman's Road and heading into the city of Bonder, you hear people are just like, I don't have enough salt for all of this fish. What am I going to do? I mean, I gotta get this fish salted, right? He like turns to Kelly. He's like, right, you know what I'm talking about, ma'am. Look at all this fish. He's got like a huge basket of fish on his back. It's just like,
Why would
price
you
of salt.
assume that I know anything about salting the fish that you carry?
You have it like points to the fisherman rod on your back, fishing rod.
I do that for joy and sustenance. I don't do it to salt my meat.
Okay. He just keeps walking into the town.
The nerve of some people.
Humans, right? They never change.
They just want to keep talking to you all the time. I've never met that man before in my life, and he asked me about my pole. I just...
Do you remember Lycidia?
I do. She
Oh.
was a very brave woman. I hope that we can meet her again here.
Let's see if she's here. Because if she's here still wanting unpapered adventurers to go to the salt mines to take care of a problem, I think we should go take a look.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. That is a good course of action. Because at this point, if I remember correctly, we were a little bit more rich with wealth.
Does anybody know her around here?
Are you like asking? So? Let me ask. Are you asking outside in the shanty area? Are you heading into the town and asking?
Well, heading into the town, because like she
Yeah.
was pretty loud about.
Yeah.
Or, like, who do we hear that from? Was it a halfling at the gate? It was like.
But she was
telling us about
literally
the-
like standing at a corner recruiting people.
She
like-
was standing in the middle of a plaza.
Yes, she
Yeah,
was
like,
on the
we
eastern
were-
end of town where the dwarf miners gathered to head to work
Yeah.
every morning.
Yeah, so I guess we just go to the place that we know she might be and see if she's
Okay.
there.
So you head to the Eastern Plaza. People are all gone. Like there are no dwarves. There's no humans. The whole area is. It's not abandoned. It's just everybody's at work. There's some criers around. You can hear someone just saying, "Salt, salt, salt and pepper here. Salt and pepper here. What about you, travelers? Salt and pepper, right here."
Is that salt from the mines?
Yes, of course. Where else are you going to get the salt?
Has there been any problems there recently?
Oh, yield is a little lower than we'd like, but makes the price a little more expensive. I'll give you a discount though.
So no funny business, no minions or otherworldly forces in the mines.
No, no minions. Oh, what do you think this is? The Northern Plains? The Orc Tunnels?
I've already walked away.
So no salt then? No pepper? Can't get pepper anywhere else but Bonderocht.
Still walking.
You have to go all the way to the west.
Well, I think we should just continue north. It seems like we won't find any tasks.
Yeah, everything is different. I'll relay to them what the mask said to me. I'm assuming I would tell that around the road.
Okay. As you're traveling, you go past a particular inn that you've gone past before.
Is this the one with the assassin?
No. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get to that eventually. This is the one with the crystal dagger. The innkeeper Lanny couldn't see dwarves. She was cursed. So she just like waves to all of you and she's like, "Oh, come stay at the crystal dagger. Come. The four of you will do well here. Good prices. Good ale. Look like you could use a breakfast."
Agrin, go talk to her. She was the one that
Ask-
couldn't see dwarves last time.
Ask her if she has any need for if she's heard of anything that needs adventuring work.
Agram?
What? Sorry.
This is the lady that can't see dwarves. Would you
No.
like to go talk to her?
I'm not gonna go torture the poor lady. One of you go do it.
Very well.
Well, Kelly and Doc will both say it at the same time. Because in Doc's mind, Kelly, the old Kelly who was the leader of the party, is now so different that like it falls to him. So like are we both walking up?
Yeah, we'll both walk up, I guess. Yeah.
Kind of like side-eyeing each other, like, what the
Yeah,
heck?
welcome to Crystal's Dagger. Take a step inside, take a load off.
I mean, I'm going with them. I'm just one of them needs to, or I guess I could say it. That there's a dwarf here, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that there's a dwarf here.
Wonderful.
Just looking right at you, like, yep, there's a halfling here too. Look at him,
I do a little dance.
delightful. Hey, is that a Gleamo coin?
It is.
I haven't seen him in a while.
You've heard of Gleamo of the Western Gate?
I've heard of Gleamo. I've heard of the Western Gate. Know his mother.
I've never met his mom. You haven't seen him around anywhere, have you?
Sometimes he drops by the Adventuring Guild.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, there's an adventuring guild in town.
Yep.
Perhaps we should go there and see if we can.
No, we were just about to ask you if there's anything that needs doing.
Well, she's
Yeah.
like, whoa, before you go, why not have breakfast? Maybe you'd like to get some rooms so that you could put your stuff down, maybe lighten your load.
What time of day is it? Is it like nearly time to rest?
Morning. Several hours
morning.
after dawn.
Maybe after our trip to the
Baths?
Adventurers Guild.
Warm water. You reserve the rooms now, and I'll have a warm bath waiting for you when you get back. Kind of luxury you can only get in a premier town like Bondarock.
I mean, it doesn't sound bad.
How much for a room?
4 rooms for the 4 of you. 2 gold pieces.
Sounds fair enough.
Sounds fair enough indeed. I'll
Yeah.
get those warm baths started, and I'll have some beautiful
Wait, how
breakfast.
much gold do we have now?
Not a lot.
What does your character sheet
We
say?
have starting gold right now, which would be like 35 a pop, if I remember correctly.
Something
roughly.
like that.
So, I guess we'll just have a group inventory. I'll make another thing here. So,
we're gonna need to make some folders.
Yeah.
we got a thing going on. It's okay. Yes.
I mean, in the journal thing.
So in total, we have 140 gold, I guess, roughly. Does that sound good to you, Arthur?
Sure.
Okay. And how much was the rooms? 4?
2 gold total.
2 gold. Okay.
As you guys are pulling out the coins, she's going into great detail about the morning bounty that she'll prepare for you. It's just like, oh, I have some wonderful watermelons ready. We've got some chicken, fresh bread, just made just before dawn, herbs baked into it, and then tomato laid over it, and then a little bit of goat cheese placed on the top. Oh, it's fantastic. Fantastic. We call it a Bondarock. Oh, it's just so good. It'll
good.
Bondarock you.
Very well. We will wait for your meal later on. However, we have tasks that need doing.
Okay. Well, tell the guild master I said hello.
Will do.
Okay.
What was her name?
This particular woman. Her name is Lainey of the Crystal Dagger.
Cool. Just so we can like have a name and as an inn at the.
That's all the guildmaster. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess we'll go to the Adventurers Guild place that we've never been to.
Okay. Yeah, you ask people around for direction to it. It's at the Northern Plaza facing towards... So it's where the general store that you normally go to, the Prancing Unicorns Oil and Elixirs. It's in that general area. In fact, when you arrive, it's where the Cross Blades, the inn that you sometimes stay at, used to be. So
Is that
the
the
inn
one
is
with
no
the-
more.
Yeah.
It's no longer an estate. It's kind of a stately brick building that has mortar in it. Very different architecture than the rest of the town's kind of stone and wood manufacture.
Yeah,
Was the
Uh,
cross blades the assassin dude?
Yes, Arthand, the innkeeper.
that's right. Yeah. Mhm.
He is an assassin.
Well, it's not. It's not a cross blades. Like it's not the thing here.
It is listed as Blonder Rock Local Adventuring Guild on the
Oh.
sign outside.
Guess we'll walk in.
Okay, you push in. Even at this time in the morning, someone has like a 3-person band that one bard is doing all of the work. Like there's a fiddle and there's some singing going on. You can see like an illusory play playing out as they're using some magic to entertain everybody inside. Low set wooden tables, stools and chairs of all sizes. Drink mugs are already out. There's a huge board where missives have been tacked up. And there's a counter behind which a rather busty elven woman with red hair and glasses is standing and waiting, and she adjusts her glasses when you enter and says, "Welcome."
Hello.
Hello.
Howdy.
Are you registered adventurers of the guild? I'm afraid I haven't seen you before.
No, we're actually inquiring about becoming such.
Finley, moment of truth. You actually have a...
I have papers.
Yes.
I mean, I would kind of be interested in actually just straight up seeing what this process is, because we've used the papers every single time.
You've
We've had
never
different-
used the papers
I
before.
thought we pretended to use like be
You've
members
talked about the
before.
papers before, but you've never used them for anything. You've
I
never
think-
been to an adventuring... I have a whole adventuring guild side part that you
We,
never
we
encountered.
used his papers to bullshit somebody about something
Yes,
that we belong to. Before.
probably.
Yeah.
I think it was just guards like along the guard towers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to get into cities and shit. Okay.
I don't know if it's ever been successful. Maybe once.
So you have an opportunity, Spootnik, to save your false identity then for something else if you want to sign up.
Yeah,
As an actual-
let's actually go through it.
I mean, your false identity is this guild identification.
Uh-huh.
It's you use it or you lose it.
I'll just use it.
So you present the identity. What is listed? What is your registered adventuring guild?
McLovin.
From Hawaii. My adventuring name is
Bagel schmear.
Bagel schmear.
Linley Flogbottom.
Linley Flogbottom.
Yes.
So she begins going through some papers and like takes your adventuring identification card. It's like a copper plate with your information on it, and she says, "One moment. We'll have to go get your paperwork.
Okay.
Take a seat."
I mean, I have my paperwork right here.
Right. We'll need your updated paper.
Okay.
Says here you're 5,000 years old.
So you can see that this guild operates in a very business-like atmosphere.
Cuts over to a Papers, Please version of a New Game Plus.
What was the name of the country in that?
Arstotska.
Arstotska.
Glory to Arstotska.
Ah, yes, it's so much better than the other shitty country that all of the stupid foreigners try to come across the border with. Yeah, so everybody here this isn't like a rowdy Final Fantasy style tavern or like the traditional tavern. Everyone in here is doing a job for business. People like are networking in here. They're getting mildly drunk, but there's a lot of like, all right, let's talk about the payout percentage wise. Division of duties. Who's managing this party?
Like a business dinner or business lunch kind of thing.
There is a highly advanced system that is in place here to turn adventuring into a business. And people are, there's like ranks, and people are just like, I'm sorry, we can't accept you at this time. You're in an F rank, you haven't yet reached the E rank, and what we're going up against is D rank quest. You just don't have what it takes
Very
to reach
anime
the D.
of you, Arthur.
Don't have what it takes to reach the D.
The redheaded large.
I think Kelly will reach for the D for sure. Absolutely.
The redheaded receptionist is named Titania.
After she returns, she has a key which she hands to Linley Flogbottom and says, "Please follow me. We have your papers in the warehouse out back."
Oh, fantastic.
I'll also, so as you're walking and talking, she's like, "We're going to need your guild dues, of course."
Oh, remind me how much?
Well, you haven't checked in 80 years, so it's 400 gold pieces.
Oh, let me get one of those IOUs.
You have up to 1 year from checking in to pay.
Oh, perfect. That's easy. We're about to go on an adventure anyway.
Very well. You are a G-rated adventurer, so we have several G-rated adventures for you.
Ah. Fun for the whole family.
Would you like to be reassessed? As I mentioned, it's been 80, I'm sure you know, it's been 80 years since there's been a demonic invasion since then. You seem to be somewhat more spry than...
I don't feel rusty.
Okay. All right. So she leads you to, like, out behind the Adventuring Guild. There's a training field, and beyond that, there are several warehouses. And she says, all of your paperwork is stored in here.
Is that actually paperwork? It's just like a giant fucking stone tablet just to blow all the dust off of?
Well, I mean, it's a locked door, right? She's given Linley Flogbottom the key.
Fucking name.
Are we with Linley?
Are you?
I mean, I would have followed him if
Probably. If it's a group,
Yeah.
if it's a group thing, then yeah.
Sure.
I'll be at the reception desk if you... Flogbottom.
Oh, thank you so much.
You
Like
or
the
your
idea.
friends would like to get assessed or reassessed, just let me know.
Yes, I would like to do the assessment.
When you're ready, just come up front.
Yeah.
I like the idea
do
that-
this in-
Linley opens this thing up and it's like John Wick guns in there, and he's like, "I'm home."
Do you open it up?
Yeah.
All right. It's about a 10 by 10 room filled with papers everywhere. Papers that have been stacked, letters, notices. So it seems like 12 times a year, they put out a new notice of new guild rules and registration. And you've missed 12 times 80 of these registrations. So all of those create their own paper tower. And then there's been like letters and offers and advertisements for you. People want to sponsor you. People want to be sponsored by
That's-
you.
960 are in the ballpark.
Yeah. You're looking at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pieces of paper in here. There are several notices that are like, you haven't checked in with the guild for some time. Your guild dues are currently X amount. And like, you keep lifting it, and like every time the notice adds 5 gold to it.
Can I gather up all the paperwork that talks about me owing money?
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Okay. Just your,
And-
yeah, you pick up notice of guild dues from.
I think I know what Spooty's going to do, but I'll let him say it.
Yeah. I start eating the paper.
Oh no, that's not what I was thinking. But okay.
there's so much. There's so much paper. You're looking at eating 80 pieces of paper.
Mm-hmm. I didn't have breakfast.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Who is Finley Longbottom? The motherfucking goat.
Where? Oh, it's on the front. Burp. 17.
Yeah, you just start taking paper, like tearing a little bit up, and you...
Okay. Would you gentlemen like to be assessed?
Yeah,
We'll just
let's do
we'll
that.
leave Mr.
Yeah.
Longbottom to his lunch, I suppose.
I mean, I definitely paid my dues.
You're going to be paying for it later.
Hey, at least he's
I
eating his
can
fiber.
I can brew you a remedy to help with the digestion. Just remind me when you're done.
Nice. And then do I see anything like any interesting job?
He's just like you read, you know, like the
Yeah.
kid that reads the cereal box.
Yeah, it's like I'm reading the morning paper while I'm having.
So let me ask, what did you register as in your paperwork, right? So they offer several options, you know, like what generally accepted class do you fall under? What role do you take in the party? There's also an optional section for if you wish to undertake quest for a specific, so it's like premium jobs. Optional self-identification. If you want to identify that you would like to crusade on behalf of a specific god, if there's an alignment that you have, like they have jobs that they only offer to evil aligned adventurers, right?
I would have said. I mean, I would have probably aligned as a chaotic neutral assassin.
Okay, all right, yeah. There are hundreds and hundreds of jobs stacked up over the last 80 years, right?
Chaotic neutral kind of fits in with eating like 20 pounds of paper.
Yeah.
I also like the idea that then there's not only jobs, but there's also like redactions on previous job openings.
Yeah, notice that the job is no longer needed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Some of
Quest, quest expired.
Yeah. Make a perception check real quick, Finley. I want to know when you're going through this if you pick out any in particular.
Okay. Wow. Where is it? God, I can never find anything on this damn sheet.
Weird that the Adventurers Guild is offering out hit jobs.
14.
Yeah.
Hey, money's money.
There's a job to assassinate a guy called Talon Soundwater. He's suspected to be a crazy old arcane trickster who lives in the area on behalf of the Soundwater Consortium. That's still active. The other one that you see is a job to assassinate a druid named Half Elven. This one is posted on behalf of an anonymous client.
Wonder if it's the same half elven that we met earlier.
Maybe.
Would I know that?
I mean, half elven is a name. It's a pronoun. So
Oh, it's a name.
yes, they're not saying kill a half elven person. They want to kill the individual known as half elven.
Interesting. What's that one pay?
You will need to contact the guildmaster in order to learn more information about.
Okay. I'll fold that one up and put it in my pocket.
Okay, you got it. What are you doing with the rest of your paperwork?
Well, I'll leave it there. Maybe I'll eat all but like one dues payment, and it's like the cheapest one.
Okay, I mean, clearly, just to be clear, the guild receptionist knows how much you owe.
I'm trying to gaslight her.
Yeah, these are notices on behalf of the guild to tell you what they already know.
No records, no dues.
Yeah, don't worry. The guild has the records. They've sent
No,
you
I ate them
notice.
all.
Where do you think they went? In my stomach? You're crazy. Jeez.
Yeah, I'll go to the receptionist and talk about the half elven contract.
Okay, so the four of you head towards that particular area. As you're re-entering the main guild hall, who's at the front of this party? Who's walking at or front?
Probably me.
You run straight into a man wearing all black silk shirt, sleeves rolled up, scar on his face. He's got a eye patch, but it's definitely Arthur, the assassin innkeeper that you met before. And he goes, "Ha! Haven't seen you around here before, lass."
Arthur, right?
Yeah, I'm a guild master around here.
What was the password?
Chrysanthemum. Yeah.
I just look at him and I say, Chrysanthemum.
Ah, haven't heard that in a while. So you're with the Soundwaters, huh? All right, let's head back to my office. Are they cool?
I look back at my party and I'm like, well, I think their temperature is quite high, but yes, they're trustworthy people.
Come with me. We're heading to the second floor.
I thought I was going to get assessed. Okay.
So he uses his guild identification at a door, and like waves it in front of it, and you can see somebody on the other side like opens a thing, is like, "Roger, sir, I'm gonna need the password." He like whispers something through, and they say, "Identification confirmed." Opens the door, leads you up a narrow staircase past the waiting guard. The second floor is a lot more businesslike. There's a lot of artwork. It's very lushly appointed. Several bookshelves. It definitely would have fit in Valdella's sense of style. So he lays down on a couch and puts his boots up on one of the rests and stretches out and says, "What can I do for the Sound Water Consortium? Been a long time since they've asked anything of me."
Well, it's less about what needs to be done and more about information you can help us with.
Interesting. Pretty rare, but all right. What can I help the Sound Waters with today?
So I look around at my companions and I basically just say, "Do you have a pen, paper, something I can draw with?"
The Guildmaster of an adventuring guild. He, with some effort, picks himself back up off the couch and heads behind a desk and pulls out some parchment ink quill.
When the ink and quill comes out, Duck is already immediately there because he thinks Kelly is the same old Kelly that can't read or write, and he's ready to like.
So I draw an incredibly detailed and with fancy cursive common writing a breakdown of the crystals that we're looking for.
When I see the writing, I just kind of like blink a few times and then pack my pipe.
Yeah, remember the best of us, Daka. And I hand him the piece of paper and I was like, "We're seeking these objects."
I heard such a
Information.
thing. Yeah, his accent changes. I heard such a thing existed.
Perhaps you'll be able to guide us in the direction that we need to go.
So he says, "Yeah, I can tell you where you need to go." And he walks behind his desk again and puts a key in one of the drawers and opens it and pulls out a picture of Stalvin Black. It's a wanted poster.
Mm-hmm.
My companions and I, we got into the foyer, saw something like that in the distance down the front hallway, or we were forced out. Yeah. You want to find that thing, you're going to need to go up against the Demon Lord himself.
Well,
I didn't know that the
apparently,
consortium was getting in that deep. I thought they were rather friendly.
well, the thing is, apparently there are several of these artifacts.
I can't tell you anything more than this particular one that I've seen.
Perhaps you can maybe put out an APB for the guild members to keep their eyes open for such things.
All right. There'll be payment, of course, so you're prepared.
Naturally, the consortium has deep pockets, as you well know.
Okay, all right. He says, "Very well, I'll put it on the account."
We're fucked.
Whose name should I be affixing to this entry?
Lemley Fogbottom.
Understood.
Well, I mean, it's a forged. I mean, if you think about it, it's a forged identity that's
Yep.
incredibly old with inside of the guild.
Oh yeah.
But it's the perfect cover for something.
Yeah, I mean, it's old enough where it's like this has obviously been around a while. This isn't like a brand new bait and switch. Like it's existed for a long time.
Oh my god! Holy
Can you
shit.
write that one on flavored paper?
Oh God.
So he writes it in and says, "Very well. If I see you in the guild again over the next few weeks, to find any information, we'll have it. And I'll have it posted to your account in all of the adventuring guilds. Should any information come up."
If you have
In the
any
meantime-
men, if you have any men in the caldera, there's rumors.
The Caldera, you mean Elven lands?
Yes.
I can send a sending over there. Have the adventuring guild prepare something.
There's just rumors. So
We'll check in
In
with
the
them.
meantime, we're going to need cover inside of the organization. Would you be able to organize this for us as well?
No, not even slightly.
That's fine. We can.
You want to join the adventuring guild? You join the adventuring guild. You want to work for the Soundwater Consortium? You work for the Soundwater Consortium.
We can just take your assessment. That'd be fine.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sure there's been double agents before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm looking at least one.
Okay.
At one time or another, there have been.
Hey, he
double
walks over to a
agents.
mirror and goes, "Now I see two."
And at least give us something to do while we wait for word to
I'm
come
not
back.
going to provide you fake guild identities.
Nah.
You have any idea how difficult that would be? I wouldn't just. I
Yes.
wouldn't just.
Laughs in Finley Longbottom.
Laughs in Finland. Oh God. Yes, let's go take these assessments or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. What does that entail? exactly?
Just a drop of blood.
Oh, fuck it. Sure, yeah.
Oh, why not?
What color is Dragonborn blood?
What color
Is
do
it
you
any
want it to be?
I like it. I mean, I think it's pretty cool if it's the color of the scales.
Makes sense.
Like blue blood.
You know, like a viscous drip.
Yeah.
Your blood would be cooler than all of your companions because you would be room temperature.
Yeah. I guess so, yeah. Cold-blooded.
So, Kelly, Daka, and Agrim, what are you registering your names as? Kelly, Daka, and Agrim
Yeah.
would be way
Doc is
too
not
hard.
giving his name.
Of course not.
Yeah.
I knew it wouldn't be. You're signing up as Hendrix.
Hendrix Page. That's
Hendrix
his name.
Page.
Hinger's page.
Nice.
I see what you did there. I see it.
Yeah.
Well, Ketley has never had a last name, so I'll have to, I don't know, Kendall? Kelly Kendall?
Okay. I mean, they're not asking for a
Yeah.
last name if you don't use one. Right? They're not going to force you to create a whole second name. They just ask you what your name is for your records.
Hey, hang on, let me take a look at the Dragonborn names in the book.
Agrim?
You could just be like a symbol, like Prince.
Dragonborn names are crazy. They're like really long.
What do you got, Agrim?
Kelly Nala.
I'm just gonna use Agrim is what I'm gonna put up in.
Agrim, just the first name?
Yeah, let's put the first name.
I put Nala there. Kelly Nala.
Nala?
Yeah. I just ripped it straight from the Dragonborn book.
Nalas.
All of you are rated at D rank adventuring, which provides so a party of D rankers could take a C rank quest.
Cool.
And then how is this
Linley
rated?
Flogbottom is a G rated adventurer.
Is
How
G
is-
better than D?
So we have to carry Finlay as
It's way,
G
way
is
better.
several steps below.
Yeah, by better I mean way below.
E and F adventurers outrank Finley.
Oh, okay.
So it is like an ascending scale of.
He is
Yeah.
listed as basically what, yeah, as she explains it, she's like, he's basically an apprentice adventurer.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
we're gonna have to boost Finley.
The magic resonance in your particular blood all appear to rate you at being of at least this powerful. And she like pulls out some scrolls and indicates that you could use spells of this particular level and, you know, second or third level spells, which rates you at being a D level adventurer.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Can we jump straight into some sort of quest?
The three of you could, or certainly. I'll just need you to pay your guild dues first.
And how
5
much
gold
is
pieces. 5 gold pieces a year. Also, the guild will take, and it's already included in your commission, 10% of every job. All the signs of notice will already indicate that it is already being taken out of the money.
I mean, hell,
All right.
we can afford that.
it? So yeah, we're left with 123 gold pieces, gentlemen.
We still get deals at specific vendors, I assume.
Oh, of course. The
Mm.
Prancing Unicorn just next door offers a considerable discount for Adventuring Guild members. Many locations all throughout the world will.
It's like an extra planar place we know called Costco. You pay to get in, but everything's cheaper inside.
I've never heard that before.
You
Mr.
should check it out.
Flogbottom, if you are an adventuring companion of your friends and you believe that you're at least as powerful as them, we could reassess you and raise your rank.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm definitely as good as they are.
Okay. With a drop of
No,
blood.
still a G. That's weird.
My papers is H.
He appears to have dropped in rank. I'm not quite sure how that happened.
She takes your old card and hands you a new copper press card, indicating that you're now Lindley Flogbottom D rank adventurer. But there's an exclamation mark next to your D, which everybody else doesn't have.
Means I'm a little bit better.
That means you owe them
No.
a fuck ton of money.
It means that you're in arrears for your payment. You have 1 year from today to pay. 400
No, it means
days.
he's a Kickstarter backer. Come on.
Kickstarter backer.
Start a GoFundMe for his guild dues.
Okay.
So the 4 of you are attracting a lot of attention here. Kelly has 2 magical items. Daka is openly wearing bracers of archery.
But they're under a cloak.
Yeah, but I assume that they still, like, whenever you flash your arm around, right, they would still be visible. Finley, of course, went back to a warehouse, right? Like, everything about your passing has been extremely unusual, and now all of you just came in and started as D rank adventurers. People are talking. People are eyeing your group up.
So can we pick anything up from the chatter?
Yeah. As you're looking around, you notice Lycidia is with companions at the back of the group, and they're all just like, Lycidia adjusts her massive wizard hat over her head and just, I don't know, let's keep an eye on them. Like maybe they know what's going on around here.
There's a twinge in Daka's back.
Right where it's stacked.
Oh,
right next to that left kid.
Psychostigmatic wounds. You just,
Yeah.
it's not there, but it feels like it is.
If we see Lycidia, do we see her? Or is that
Yeah,
just like...
absolutely.
Oh yeah,
there.
she's just over in the
She
corner.
and her adventuring party are in the guild.
Oh, I just say, oh, Lycidia. Hi.
Oh, hi.
I'll like walk over to her and I'll...
she's like hiding behind a much larger man who appears to be like a fighter, and he's like, I'm sorry, my companion here doesn't seem to know you. My name is Gustav Holtz.
Oh.
Gustav.
I'll do the curtsy thing that I apparently am getting known for now, and I'll say, it's a pleasure to meet you, Gustav. My name is Kelly Nala. I am a paladin.
I honor to meet you, Paladin. Battlemaster myself. Allow me to introduce my companions. It seems are aware of our party mage, Lycidia.
Yes, you could say that there are things that we know about her.
This is Crystal with a Q. Is our priestess of Nimble Among Us. She appears to be passed out drunk on the table, but like raises a hand up and then puts it back down and goes back to just lying on the smooth table.
Joe, looks like my kind of lady.
When you say that, she weakly raises a thumb up and then puts her hand back down. I'm afraid our third companion is refreshing himself.
Like, what do you mean?
fertilizing the bushes,
Take a leak.
relieving himself.
Oh, urinating. I understand now.
Take a seat.
So what rank? Sure. I sit down. I was like, so what rank are you all?
We're F-ranked adventurers.
Oh, how long have you been at it?
Oh, I mean, I've been at it for about 2 years. City, what have you been doing now? 6, 7? City is just like, yeah. She's like moved her chair so that she's 3/4 behind Gustav. Not even sitting at the table anymore. She's sitting between tables.
So is this Bernadette?
Bernadette, yeah. So we're brand new to the whole guild stuff. We were just basically doing our own thing up until now, making a living. Figured it was about time to put some security underneath us.
So at this time, a massive orc sits down at the table the cherry sits in, and like under his weight, and he goes, who are tiny people here?
Oh, it's also worth pointing out I'm the same height as Kelly was.
Oh, then you are almost as tall as this orc then.
Oh, I thought you were tiny. Okay.
No, I'm the exact same thing. So. Dragonborn, apparently in the book I was reading, are like fucking enormous.
They're pretty tall. Mm.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, then every Kelly is going to be the same height. So imagine a dwarf Kelly, you know.
THICCCCC.
Yeah, it's like, you must have been the one that was urinating.
Yup.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is
How'd
Kelly.
it go out there, big guy?
Nom nom is nom nom.
So I will dumb down my talk to the level that Kelly used to speak at and talk to this man. I just talk to him about battle and interesting fights and things like that.
Oh, Nom Nom starts showing him his scars. He's like, Nom Nom loves berserking. Nom Nom trained for many years to get extremely angry. Look at this scar on left arm. 4 inches long, nearly died, bleeding out. Orcish power.
And you came back, right?
Nom Nom always comes.
Orcs always come back. It's one of the best things about them.
No, orcs don't always come back. Nom Nom always comes back.
I had a very
Nom
close
will
friend
always
who
remain
always
young
came
and
back.
powerful. In the back, you can see Gustav just like fucking losing it. He's just like, he's so dumb. So dumb.
I'm just like sitting there. I've already repacked a pipe. I'm just like trying to like scrunch small and smoke directly forward.
This is like a table of giant people, I assume, right? How
Yeah.
big is Gustav? He must be pretty big.
Gustav
right?
is a sizable human being. I would say he's smaller than the Rock, but larger than, I don't know.
Jason Statham.
Yeah, sure.
He's a big guy, right?
Yeah.
So my intent here is mostly just to see if we can, I guess, talk to Lycidia and see if she can give us information about this gentleman, elf that she was with previously, to see if she knows him.
Sure. Go ahead and make a persuasion check to see if you can, convince her to not hide behind her party leader anymore.
Persuasion. 19.
19. So over a few minutes of conversation, she slowly scooches out, and then at some point, she ends up next to Daka, and she's like, "Do you have any extra?"
I just like, I'll just like lean the
He
pipe
whips out this enormous fucking Ziploc bag.
under my cloak. I pull out like 2 10-pound bags. I'm like, yeah.
I got a garbage bag full of it back in the cart.
I'll just like pat my pockets and then like start rolling something like
You just have a bag of holding that's just full of just,
yeah.
Oh
Just-
my god!
just kilo after kilo after kilo after kilo. You just build a fort out of it. Just
Like a bandolier of cigar-sized joints.
Oh my god!
What do you
I
actually do?
never
I have
I
like
never connected that joke before in my mind. A bag of holding. Hey, bro, you holding? Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
yeah, but I'll bring out like a small like tightly leaf wrapped thing of dreamweed and
Okay, yeah. She's just like, spellcaster. Got a lot of material components.
of sorts, more greenery than anything.
Snaps her
Oh.
fingers and a little flame shows up. She lights the joint, starts smoking it.
I'll make the flame a little bit larger than she meant to.
She's like, oh no!
Oh,
She's like, I'm sorry, Gustav. I lost control again. Gustav's like, calm down. Clearly the tiefling. Watching.
okay. I'll kind of like cough a little bit, like cough smoke rings.
Like, come on, man. That's not cool.
So you asked if I was a spellcaster. I'm not just gonna like whip out the big guns in the middle of a.
All right.
You say that in the background. I'm like grabbing what's his name? Num
Nom
Num.
nom.
Yeah, Num Num's big guns.
Nom
You know the
Nom.
muscles. It's like yes, they're enormous. He's just like, "Rah."
Nom nom, like pick things up, put them down.
That does
You
sound
know, I have a
like
feeling that we're gonna be good friends.
nom nom dialogue right there.
nom nom lift.
He turns around. He's got like a yeet tattoo on his forearm.
Oh, he's got a letter on each knuckle. That's how he rolls.
He's got like nom nom, but like two broken spaces because four.
No, he's got yeet and then cannon.
Yeah. Oh
And
man.
what was the other orcish word that I stole? Fuck, what was it?
Oh,
It was, and it was something else. I forget now. But yeah, anyway.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember what it was.
Anyway, yeah, I just like kind of say sorry to Felicity and kind of like pal around a little bit, like
Okay.
build rapport. You know,
Yeah,
I've got
like,
high ass charisma, so
do you?
Certainly
I don't know
high.
that it's worth.
16.
High is correct.
I'm not contesting that the physical number is high, simply that the result of your rolls has not induced effect.
The number is high. It's just like
I'd agree.
Some people,
I agree that the
some
number
people
is
don't
effective.
understand. There's
They just
like
don't get
come
you,
out of-
man.
It's like telling a joke. You kind of have to like land it a certain way for some people. You know.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
He has charisma. He doesn't have timing.
I'm
Can't
either
keep
like
rhythm for shit.
I'm either like generally freaky looking, but comfortable to be around after you get to know me, or like,
Oh yeah, you're fucking Carrot Top, man.
yeah,
Good.
carrot talk with horns.
Great.
Well, we've already established all tiefling warlocks are some incarnation of popular TV magicians.
Wow. Who is Valdella incarnation of? Feel like just look, don't paint Aardvark into a box, okay? Just
I feel like
because-
Valdella's more like a Kat Von D, like the tattoo artist.
all right.
She's like, it's like the counterculture, cool, like entertainer people.
Okay. Can't wait till we meet Penn Gillette.
And his silent partner.
It's literally just a parrot that doesn't talk. It's just familiar.
It could talk, but doesn't want to. Makes the trick more believable if you just don't talk.
Yeah. So I mean, if you guys want to talk to Lycidia, she
Yeah.
has.
Well, I'm trying to be like conversational, so we're not like grilling her with
Yeah,
questions.
exactly. What do you want to know?
Basically, if she's ever heard of the name Acheron Silverblade before.
She's like, yeah, I have heard that name before. Well, look. She just looks around really uncomfortably. I'm actually a huge fan of halfling diplomatic treaties, and he is in several mentions of them. Some of the original treaties signed in the olden days that have evolved into the courtesy of arms that nations offer themselves now. I might have a book that mentions him briefly. I mean, I don't know anything about him specifically. Just
So
that
you never met him per se.
he died 5,000 years ago or something like that. And certainly there's almost no way he could still be alive, right? I mean, that would be crazy.
Yeah, 5,000-year-old beings still being alive.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, everybody at the table laughs, and Nom Nom's just like, a Nom Nom will be alive for many years longer than 5,000.
Nothing goes over Nom Nom's head. Nom
we'll
Nom
catch
too
it.
quick.
Age will not catch Num Num. He is too fast.
Yeah. I'll just ask about the book then. Like, I'm kind of a bookworm myself. Would you want to trade tomes for a time?
Sure. What are
kind
you
of-
giving her?
What kind of tomes do I have
What
at this
kind of
point in
tones do you-
time?
I mean, almost none, right? If
You
you
got
only
some-
have what you started on your character sheet with. You didn't.
Yeah, you
you
had
guys
some
didn't
at the
buy anything
beginning,
at any
but
general stores yet, so
It'll click in my brain like, I don't have any tomes yet.
so she's going through
we're
her
gonna
bag
have
and
to-
she's like, "Well, I take a look at this, and then maybe some of this, and
Man, there was an incredible book on extraplanar time magic that I remember having at one point that would be super interesting. Acheron Silverblade was mentioned in that book as well, I believe.
there's also one about elven titties.
so."
That
she
is true.
does not bring out the book about elven titties, but she brings out a different edition of the book that mentioned Acheron Silverblade, written in halfling. Which is like, well, as you could see here, I mean, she kind of pushes the book towards. Sorry, what's your fucking name?
Hendrix?
Linley Flogbottom.
Oh,
Yes.
As you can see here, Acheron Silverblade is mentioned here and here as a signatory to some of the original elven halfling packs that were at the height of their power with the decline of the Elvish Empire.
Am I knowledgeable about this stuff at all? Like, does it ring any memories or ring any bells?
Make an intelligence check.
Hey, there's my boy.
Oh,
A 9.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you've been there and experienced it or anything, but generally all halflings have some general knowledge of these contracts. Halfling society is highly regulated. There's lots of business, lots of contracts. Almost everybody either is a merchant or has a family member that is one, doing some highly successful spice trading. Because,
Sure.
as you know, the Seaborn folk lands are the only place that you can get pepper, mustard seed, cinnamon, and various other seasonings and spices, some of which are quite critical to like survival. One thing that they don't have a regular supply of is non-sea salt, which is their main import from Magnar. Anyway, that's a little extra thing. Yeah, a lot of like contract culture is big there. Honor, dueling, that kind of deal, but you don't remember Acheron Silverblade beyond, you know, like these kind of small deals. We haven't seen a lot of Finley's backstory, so maybe you can give us a little scene here, Finley. Can you tell us about who is Finley Longbottom? You want to set me a stage for young Finn fan, young Linley Flogbottom?
31 episodes in. Here we go.
Well, I mean,
We got Agrim before we got Finley. That's how bad it is.
I mean, look, I would like to point out I sent my Warhammer stuff like just immediately.
Yeah, no, but we couldn't get you to talk about Agrim on screen.
Yeah.
Finley's managed to duck every time.
well,
You're gonna
you
do
know,
it right now?
As a young child, he learned how to avoid questioning from his elders. So he puts that skill to use.
Even
Quite
towards
often.
the DM, I see. Yes, of course.
No, so okay, a little bit. So, he came from a family of merchants, but his grandfather was more of the rogue, roguish sort of outlaw type that I think instilled a lot of his knowledge into Finley. Kind of saw him as a way to preserve his own legacy and kind of wanted to pick that mantle up. But Finley kind of had to lead that double life. And that's why he got so good at it, because his parents expected him to sort of take over the trade business, I guess.
Okay. So while the rest of you are watching, Finley begins vomiting on the table.
Oh man.
Lycidia just leaps back. Somebody
I feel
else,
like rubbing his back. I'm like, oh, buddy.
Crystal
Oh.
is being covered in it, like her left arm. She's not moving either. She's just like, damn it.
Little bits of paper.
It's right.
Paper mache.
Oh god, it is like paper mache. It's the worst smelling paper mache in history.
It's more like a
God.
cat coughing up a fur ball than someone puking.
It's like when it's
Okay, if anyone wants to draw art for this show,
Please don't.
you basically just have to draw
Should never
a
draw for
comic
the show
of-
again.
just Spootnik's backstory of just him eating paper. First panel, last panel, him regurgitating.
he's like the world's worst party clown. It just keeps coming out. It's just
Mhm.
Lycidia waves her hand, and all of the pink begins dissolving, and a pink sparkles.
Oh,
is he now puking glitter?
that
I don't know
was
which is.
weird.
Honestly, I think I'd rather have the vomit than the glitter.
Crystal's white robe with red bands at the sleeves and along the hood begins unvomiting itself as they dissipate into pink sparkles.
I can just imagine the scene. It's like slow motion, like really warm lighting of Finley eating these pieces of paper and his voiceover telling his life story to like really light finger plucked acoustic music.
It was at that exact moment he realized he done fucked up.
Yeah.
So for you, Daka, time slows down. You can see that the smoke that you've been blowing out forms itself into a kind of opal shape that has two eye holes in front of you. And you hear a voice whisper beside your left ear. One of them remembers the lies.
I'll look at the passed out one.
Then everything, the smoke just dissipates back again and time catches back up.
When it says lies, how do I interpret?
I don't know. How do you interpret that? Wow, Chad
I
has
guess-
some savage shit to say about me tonight. Holy fuck.
I mean, I guess someone remembers a bit of a past timeline. Because those are technically lies because they don't exist in this material plane.
Unless, well, is it specifically talking about? I guess it would be talking about them. It'd have to be.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying anything. I hummed,
Yeah.
but that's just to move things around.
Because it's like if it's one of
It's
us,
not
it's like
an
well, no
affirmative or
it's like,
deny.
well, if it's one of us, it's like well, no shit.
No, it's one of them. It's either Lycidia.
It's gotta. I'm assuming it's Lycidia. I mean,
It's either Lycidia or
because she's
the
been
person who hasn't
involved.
said anything.
She's been involved with this bullshit. You know, the first time or this, I guess, before in other timelines. So she might I'm thinking she might be marked for it or something.
Yeah. I'll like look around to see if anyone else saw that.
The vomit?
No, like the
the smoke mask.
Sure. Make an insight check. You do a quick
insight.
glance around.
No.
Yeah, you take a look. Everybody is looking at the vomit. Some people are just like, oh, I'm so disappointed in those new adventurers. So unprofessional. I mean, it's a clear violation of Code 302, subsection B.
Got a 2313, 2313. Dudes in hazmat suits just start running in.
Nom Nom is shaved.
Is there a bar in here?
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you can just place an order by raising your hand. There's a
How
full
many
kitchen
people-
in the back.
How many people are in this bar right now?
Including the 4 people at your table plus the 4 people that you're sitting with. Probably about 16, 18 people.
How much would it cost me to get a round for everyone?
A round for everyone.
Ale's pretty cheap, right?
A mug for everyone.
Yeah, sure.
8 silver.
Fuck, that's cheap.
Oh, okay. Well, how about this? I put 5 gold up.
Okay.
Enough for people to get seconds if they want, or
I
whatever.
mean, that's enough for everybody to get 6 rounds.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
And-
So.
And basically, I want to take this opportunity to introduce us, and say that we're hoping that we can all work together and be friends, and hopefully pass information. Like, I don't say pass information, but the intent here is to like ingratiate ourselves with the adventurers here in Bundarak.
So Gustav wraps an arm around your shoulder and goes, "Is there a name for your adventuring party? These newfound warriors who've come here?"
Yes, we are called Battle Juice.
So he raises his mug and is like, "To Team Battle Juice!" And everybody in the bar is like, "Battle Juice!"
Don't say it anymore.
Agrim just has 2 mugs. It's just like Falsa Natura, and then he just like juice. Because I don't know if there's any other dwarves in there, but sure.
Yeah, there's another dwarf in there.
Doggo will take like a
The dwarves might understand. It's just like a an excited dwarven battle cry, like for the ancestors or whatever. But it's just
Also, this gives me an opportunity to get fucking shit faced, so I will do that.
Yeah,
I'll probably
absolutely.
do that.
hey, we still got the fucking thing, instant sober, baby.
So one of the oaths that I have is that I have to embrace life quite heavily. So that's what I'm doing.
yeah. Doggo will
Getting
take a
drunk.
gigantic pull from his pipe, down the beer, and then blow out the smoke.
Hey, Knocker, let me get some of that. Let me get some.
I will also partake in whatever this is.
I will have 1 narcotic, please.
Is that a weed?
Just don't inject it, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Edibles for everyone.
Edibles for everyone.
Well, I think we hotbox this place. I think that's the play.
All right. So after a few rounds of this, Gustav is just like, all right, we need a break. We can't turn this place into a smoky mess, y'all. Let's take it back outside.
That's fine.
Sure.
Come on, this is a place of business.
I'll get up and like offer my hand to Lycidia to help her up.
Yeah, Lycidia will take your hand and go outside with you.
Sweet.
I'm okay still. It's like, next bar.
Well, he just heads back out onto the training yard and sits down on a bench and keeps pulling from his mug of ale. It's just like, mighty nice of you to, pay for drinks for everybody. I think it'll do a lot to endear you on your first visit. Congratulations on earning such a high rank. How did you all get so experienced without any previous adventuring?
I slumped down next to him and I'm just like, interplanar travel mostly.
Wow.
I'll sit down on the other side of him with 2 mugs and then like a 3rd mug in between those 2. Well, I was a ranger for a while and then teamed up with these chuckle fucks and we've been running around doing shenanigans.
Doc will just laugh at Kelly's interplanar thing like it's a joke.
Yeah. Nom
I was
Nom.
like, she's very funny.
Nom Nom comes out and he sits down on the ground and he's still almost as tall as Gustav on the bench. But he stays in the shade of the building. Like he can see the sunlight outside and he's just like, no, I'm not like sun. Hurt eyes.
Interesting.
Dwarf nose.
Have you heard of someone in the West? His name is Oakley. He makes things
Get
that
out.
you can put
Just
on.
get the fuck out. Just get the fuck out.
I'm gonna just pretend you didn't say that.
It makes sunglasses that it darkens the daylight, so it's not so painful.
I'm kind of curious why you would have light sensitivity as an orc, though.
It's got many kinds of sunglasses. I don't know why he calls them sunglasses. They're more like shade glasses.
Oh god, Sun Spirit, you made it even worse.
He's a shady character. So yeah, I mean, I guess at this point I've stopped caring about trying to find information. I just want to enjoy myself.
Well,
So.
I mean, is there anything specific you're looking for? It sounds like you guys are digging in for the day. To spend some time at the Bond Rock local.
Long con, Daka is trying to get friendly enough with Lycidia that
kill her.
No, that he can divulge a secret.
Oh boy.
What's
Like
the
ask her a thing that he wouldn't be able to if she was not part of the group.
Fine, I will also do that, except I will work my magic on the human.
I'm just drinking and getting fucked up.
Okay, I mean, you guys ingratiate yourselves as
If you
companions.
do that for a week, you're free for a month.
Crystal is still sleeping at the table back inside, by the way. She
A
didn't
little
go
bit of
outside.
vomit on her that no one bothered to clean up.
No,
No,
but-
it's pink sparkles now.
no.
That's
It
Glitter.
got precipitated away by Lycidia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's have each of you make a persuasion check to convince these people to trust you. As much as one can trust a companion they just met hours ago and spent a bunch of time drinking and doing drugs with.
I'm not necessarily trying super hard. I'm just hanging out, just making small talk. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to pass it.
Wow. Nope.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
boy.
That's a good call.
Shit, that's right.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to
15.
do-
All
I'm
right,
not
so
trying to do
look, the
anything.
rest of you don't make any friends here. Well, I mean, it's not like they're not your friends, right? But they're not people that you would share your criminal secrets with.
Yeah,
You know what that one is, Arthur?
What is
You know
that?
what that one is? That's like that's the thirst. That's what that is.
Okay, it's thirst.
Yeah, it's
you want
like
a tall drink of nom nom?
No, the human one. That's
Oh,
what-
you're going with Gustav.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
I did
I
say
mean,
that earlier. So.
Gustav, when you start hitting on Gustav, he's like, "I'm sorry. I know it's surprising, but I'm actually married."
No shit, who's the lucky girl?
An elven lass, back up by the caldera.
The Caldera.
Yeah, the caldera.
Damn.
Oh shit! Hang on, I'm sorry.
Sober as fuck.
It's like it's literally like I have to dig this hole. All right. Okay, so in case anyone doesn't know,
Dig that hole.
we're given mental problems or whatever from dying so much. Kelly's new ones. Previously, Kelly couldn't talk to people unless he was like right in their face. New Kelly has some really interesting ones, but I will mention one of them. Which is literally, I am the smartest, wisest, strongest, fastest, and most beautiful person I know. So I take extreme offense to the fact that he is not interested. And I'm
You
basically
got popular girl at school syndrome.
Yeah.
yes, basically. So backstory of Kelly here. This Kelly specifically, she was a scholar turned into artifact hunter, mostly, and you could say that she was the popular one at school. That makes a lot of sense, I guess, from this mental deformity, I guess. So
Previous Kelly didn't know the concept of personal space. This one is really jealous.
So real quick, Kelly, can you make a intelligence check real quick?
Intelligence, just like a save.
Yeah, intelligence save. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
18.
Daka, you hear a whisper at your end. Lies. Kelly, you're like, oh. But you hold it down as you recall your past.
Okay, and I just makes Gustav, I can't believe that you're willing to. I just gesture at myself, and I'm just like, I'm throwing myself at you.
I'm sure
I know
that
you
you're a
can think
fine
about
girl, but let me stop you there. I'm very faithful to my wife.
Last Dragonborn in history.
Can I interject just out of
And the
nowhere?
most beautiful.
Yeah, Acre, please.
Just pop up, two like a mug in each hand. No one ever wants to fuck the dwarf, and just disappears out of frame.
Look,
No,
I'm sure that you're a very rare and unique flower, but
you know what? I don't want to. I don't
I've
want to
planted
hear.
a garden back home. What I'll say.
I'm sure you've planted many.
Ah, what you did there? I see it.
It may
But I
not
don't want
be
to. I don't want to hear your excuses.
You may not
okay?
think it's the greatest flower ever, but it's the best one for me.
I'm just gonna go sit in the corner and.
Cry.
Oh my god, Daka, you're left with Lycidia's team. I guess maybe
No, I'm like over the other side of the fire. Like,
Lindley is
just by
still
myself.
there, but the rest of the team has evacuated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in with Lycidia. She's willing to talk to you. She has some measure of trust with Daka.
Do I trust her enough to like? With this flaw?
Do you consider her a friend or close ally?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's all a subjective thing. That's on you.
Yeah, it's on you.
I mean, she did kill me in a previous cycle.
In a way, you were very close for several seconds with
It's almost like she had something inside you.
skin to skin contact.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, to be fair, you know about a lot of her insecurities more than most people probably do in this world.
Yeah.
But that,
we
Yeah,
did just meet them though, even though we're like.
I mean, yeah, well, I can't really say anything because it's completely up to you.
She knows you inside and out. Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right between his spine and his fucking shoulder blades.
we're all pink on the inside, guys.
They were just
All pink.
bags of
Except
fleshy
for you,
goo.
you're blue apparently.
Fucking weirdo.
Although it would be nice if we could just get this moving along. I don't think as a character Daka would open up yet.
Okay, that's perfectly reasonable. You know. So yeah, Lycidia just spent some time talking to you about adventuring problems. She's aware that you're a much more powerful adventurer than her, so she's just like, sometimes Crystal gets tired and sleeps the whole time and doesn't keep a map, but we do what we can to keep the area safe. Bugbears, occasional goblin.
How does she feel about dwarves?
When you ask her, she's like,
Because no one's fucked a dwarf in such a long time. Like,
Aggrim is so cranky, and they seem like they had some chemistry earlier. They both really like alcohol.
We're both horrible alcoholics. Is that what you're saying?
You mean you're asking about Crystal if she likes dwarves?
I mean, I guess alcoholic is really just a dwarven proof pastime. That's not even like a negative thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, we get along just fine. I wonder if they would get along just fine.
I mean, I don't really know about
Doc is trying to wingman me here.
Crystal's preferences. I'm not into that sort of stuff, but she seems like she's voracious.
That's a word. That's a mouthful right there.
Oh yeah.
When
That's
you
what
say
they
that,
call
Nom
her.
Nom leans over and goes, "That's what she said."
I'll just laugh.
So you're not smart.
I like
just laugh a
I like
little.
my women like I like my whiskey, aggressive as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, my cat just jumped up into my crotch. Oh. Sorry, it
There
hurts.
you go.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
I guess I'll ask her like what school of magic she is.
Yeah,
Or
so
like
she's
what?
just like, okay, well,
I noticed you had prestidigitation. I don't have that. I only have thaumaturgy.
that's okay. Yeah, I mean, thaumaturgy, huh? I don't know if I can earn that spell. I'm an enchanter. Got some illusions, Of course, everybody keeps a little magic missile on the back burner just in case.
So like sorceress, wizard.
Wizard,
Nice.
in training. Wizard in training.
What are you going for next?
Um,
Do you know?
I'd like to, get a workspace for myself.
Nice, like a magic shop.
Yeah, like a workshop where I can, put a book down, start a bookshelf, maybe work on some magical objects, create my own version of an owl bear, pioneer a new golem.
Wow.
It's what we need is more fucking owlbears.
Yeah, I mean, I've always,
Owlbears are like the tattooist pig flesh for practice, you know, like
you know,
Yeah,
I've got
if
some.
when you got done with the pig flesh, if you chucked it out into the street.
I got some really interesting theories about maybe if we could domesticate owlbears, we could use them for like harvesting or transport.
They are very big and strong, though they're kind of dumb.
I feel like owlbears are actually kind of majestic creature, really. I mean, they have the wisdom of the owl within them. I wouldn't say that they're dumb at all.
I can't say I've gotten to know many creatures that way.
Well, they are really an abomination.
That's funny.
They are created by wizards in darkness, really. But yeah,
So about this Silverblade guy, what else do you know about him?
Acheron Silverblade. We're back on
Yeah.
this again. Okay.
Well,
Is it-
you're one of the only people that I've talked to that's even heard of him.
Well, I mean, that's because basically no one knows anything about him. I mean, he's an elf, right? Really, really old elf from the Elvish Empire days. Elves don't even have an empire anymore. I mean,
No, I guess not. I'm kind of a historian myself. I like to dig into the old times, you know, see where things came from, where they're going.
okay. Interesting. Oh.
hello, puppy.
Can I ask what school of magic you attend to? He's like, time. I have a unique relationship with time.
Trees.
I think I'll like try to like, is the kind of magic I use so important to my person? Not particularly the rager part, I don't think. So I'll just like,
I mean, this is like general information, really.
Yeah.
I think that's like, it's not a, you know. But I mean, that's how I see it anyway. I would just be like, oh, it's like, so I view my ranger stuff more as like a toolkit, right?
yeah, like that's what I was raised to be, was just a ranger. Because so I'd be like, well, you know, like some ranger magic, you know,
Okay.
make things easier to hit more things at once, you know.
That's really cool, Hendrix.
Yeah, it's really helpful when there's lots of hacked groups together. I have this thing where I can like shoot smoke, and then when I hit someone, rose bushes and thorns hit everyone around them. It's actually kind of
Yeah,
cool if it
sounds
wasn't
really
so
cool sounding.
violent.
I mean, I don't want to see it because wouldn't want to see that kind of violence, but I'm sure it looks really interesting.
Yeah. So do you guys live around here, or just is this where you're based out of?
Yeah, so Gustav cuts into the conversation. He says, well, we were coming down here for some ruins training,
Mm.
but normally
Is there some
we're-
ruins here?
Oh yeah, to the southeast, big old elven city. They let
Oh.
adventurers of our rank get to some of the outer districts, clean up some of the rubble and trash there. Just to be clear, when I say trash, I'm not talking about real trash. I'm talking about, you know,
Bandits, monsters, that sort of thing.
yeah, not so much with the bandits. Mostly monstrosities of another age.
Is there a lot of that down there?
Yeah. I mean, you know, there's several adventuring parties of various ranks that go through the area, and
Did they ever allow like a double group? Do you think we're fairly new? You could show us the ropes.
it's like they'd let you into the underground sections of the city. D-rankers like you?
There may be D rank, but we just got here. Like we don't know the ropes. It might be of advantage of both of our groups to team
Maybe
up
we
for
could
a
go
while.
on side patrols. Each of us patrols a different quadrant next to each other. We can send up some sort of signal if we need help.
Exactly.
Okay.
And who knows what's down there?
Well, I'll talk to Arthur, see if I can arrange something. Lycidia could use a little bit of polishing. Well, Lycidia.
I'll make sure nothing happens to her.
Seem very attached for someone that you just met this afternoon, and you got. It's like he's talking. He's physically above her, right? He's much taller. He's like, you fancy that?
Like, it's tough to make friends sometimes when you look like I do.
Oh, come on now.
The horns
Really?
kind of freak people out.
I know you're ugly, but oh, you meant because you're a tiefling. Oh, no, friend. People hate you because you're ugly, not because you're.
Well, that is a
He's
great
still
comfort.
laughing and slapping you on the back the whole time.
That's a great comfort. I thought people were just racist.
Not down here.
This guy's human, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is kind of like fake laughter.
Yes.
Well, he's like, I mean, I assume it's like, you know, how dudes are, right?
Yeah.
They'll cut you down, but they're patting you on the back at the same time because it's funny. It's just what dudes do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like this other good stuff. Very few humans that we've not wanted to just stab in the face immediately.
Yeah. As well, I think the little outburst from my compatriot Agrim, maybe your friend Crystal maybe they could get to know each other.
Let's cut inside to where Crystal with a Q is still laying on the table, right? Agrim, you burst in ranting about how no one likes dwarves.
Eh.
Please tell me she lifts up her face and she's got a giant beard. It's a dwarf lady.
No.
Yes.
Funny.
So is it that
So
in chat?
No. Well,
yes, that's what it is. Crystal.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, with a Q.
Okay. Just trying to work out in my mind how it goes.
Yeah. She like raises her head a little bit and is like, "Oh hey, you're back."
Yeah, need more alcohol. This will ain't strong enough.
Yeah, I get that. You seem like your companions are very extra.
Extra. What do you mean by extra?
Yeah, mine are pretty extra too. Really tiring.
Right. I'm gonna order another drink.
She raises her hand up and is like, "Get one for me too."
I got 2 drinks.
Becca's like, they seem like they really hit it off back there. It's like the thumb in the air.
So
Anyways.
you do something with your life before you adventured?
Lies.
Nice.
I think this is Crystal talking to Agrim.
Oh,
Yes.
is it? I thought.
Yeah.
I thought
That's
we were back
Crystal's
outside.
talking, but she also yawns physically out loud.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought we were outside. We were talking outside.
No,
Yeah, it's
come back.
ranger business, killing, fighting drown under the ground. It just fucking sucks. Sucked.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very comfortable.
Well, most of my family's dead, so yeah, no, it's pretty fucking bad.
Oh, it's very sad.
Well, you know, some of them are assholes, so you know, it is what it is.
Would you like to pray with me? Maybe we can say a prayer for your fallen family.
I don't know. Last time I had anything to do with my family, they melted my beard off with some stupid bullshit magic. So I don't really kind of want to stay away from them.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep then.
All right, sure. Did she finish her drink?
It hasn't even arrived yet.
Oh well, when it does, I'll drink it.
You go to do that and her hand moves to cover the handle and drag it back towards her. She just grips on it while sleeping.
Fair enough. Fair play.
We still have never gotten a look at this woman's face because she's never lifted her face or hood from the table. And with that, we end
2 peas in a goddamn pod. Yeah,
we end tonight's
2
episode.
peas in a goddamn pod.
You know that scene in Shaun of the Dead when they walk past the other crew that looks exactly like that crew,
Yeah.
but there's slight differences to them.
The
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we've made it to the end of this episode. It's been a time. A different
Yes.
time.
with no experience because we didn't kill anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been wanting to do some stuff with this Adventure Guild thing, so this will be some new stuff to.
Yeah, and we've never been to the ruins to the southeast. So
Yeah.
I mean, is that what you're going to do? Is that your
Yeah.
plan? Is to do a double patrol?
Yeah. I mean, I'd be interested in doing some.
if
some
it's
different
old
stuff.
elven ruins with a basement, there might be a crystal down there somewhere.
I mean, it could be or items or whatever. I mean, it's new stuff. We haven't done. I mean, we've run into a couple of times where we've wanted to do stuff like, oh, if you remember whatever the Adventure Guild, and it's like we thought it was going to be a pain in the ass, or I thought it was going to be a pain in the ass. It's like, oh no, just 5 gold and a drop of blood, and it's like, oh well, shit, we should have done that fucking day one.
So it's kind of interesting too because, like in the last world, we sort of had like a path and a plot, and now it's just kind of like
Turned on its head.
it's kind of just like start fresh, but not really. So it's interesting. Yeah.
Let's do some outros. You know, explore the space, see how we feel about it. Let's start with Lindley Fogbottom.
Flogbottom.
Flogbottom. My
Yes.
apologies, Lindley.
Hegelspear. Hegelspear.
There you go.
Flog
My name is
bottom,
Bagel
Spear,
Spear,
the
Poppin'
third.
Lockadopoulos.
Third sergeant, Bagel Spear.
Oh, that's right, third sergeant.
Reporting for booty.
That's right. Yeah, my name's Spootnik. Thanks for watching. You can find me here on Wednesdays, dying and waking up in a mountain.
Rough. It's rough. It'll
Well,
suck.
we do.
Drumurboy.
I'm Drumurboy. I make music and put it on the internet. You can find it at Spotify.com, I think, and then type in Drumurboy in the search bar. It's spelled around here, I believe.
It's there.
Yeah,
You pointed correctly.
spelled that way. Coming up either this weekend or next weekend, I don't know which one yet, there's going to be a new tune for roleplay for Verona Season 2, which is a very synth-driven but still orchestral track, kind of like trying to merge kind of like the second season, they're like synths on the run. It's kind of like a Blade Runner inside of a big God of War in space, or not God of War, Game of Thrones in space kind of Dune system, many factions and synthetic humans that are outlawed, and the party is synthetic humans. So it's that kind of vibe. So that kind of song, big old blockbuster type of thing. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it this weekend or next.
I'm gonna have to get in on that.
Yeah, but that's about it for me.
Okay. Dominic.
Hey, I'm Atomikspoon. I'm here on Wednesdays playing this, and Saturdays playing Wrath and Glory with Sid and James and Pondo and everybody else, and we should be on this Saturday.
Think so?
I think so. So that'll be fun. Get back into that. I stream Warcraft stuff on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I've been streaming of some Elite Dangerous just whenever, and yeah, just find my thing down here. It's same thing for Twitter and Twitch now. I think it should be the same. So anyway, yeah, that's what I do on interwebs.
Okay. Henley, let's do it.
Yo, what up? Hey everyone, thanks for watching. What's going on? Lots of stuff. We have a game coming out tomorrow on Steam and Switch called Wrecking Ball Adventures. It's pretty cool. It's about using a wrecking ball and getting around levels and stuff. It's kind of cool.
All right, Miley Cyrus,
like it
calm
quite a lot.
down.
Yeah. What else? We had a Cyberpunk Red early head start video go out with Mr. Drumurboy here and a couple other cool cats, and that was pretty fun.
The Wizard of Oz cyber theme, that was fun. It's good.
Yeah, there was a Wizard of Oz themed gang in that city, and
at all.
yeah, that's a legitimate gang,
Sure.
and I didn't make that up.
Yeah.
And you can go watch that over on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/Henley. But when that full game comes out, I think either myself or Arthur will be running that. I think, right? I don't know which one.
If
we'll go
any
with, but-
shows that I currently have ever actually end, I could squeeze a Cyberpunk game in there.
Yeah.
Somehow I
Yeah.
ended up with like a 31 episode D&D show. It's super weird.
That's crazy. It's almost like
And I
dedicated
don't-
players.
I don't see it ending anytime soon. Can I
Neither
just
do
say
I.
that? I think we might be level 10 before we end this campaign. There's a good
Wow.
chance.
I gotta tell you, level 10 is not that high in D&D levels.
No,
Level
it's
12
really
is
not.
about when you start getting the
No.
strong stuff.
It's
Quarter
like
sword.
50% of the way there.
Roleplay Quarter Swords, they're at level 13, I think, and they're like 115 or 120 episodes in.
Oof. It's
Right.
a long time. But yeah, no,
Well,
I
haven't
don't,
they all
I don't see
died
this.
a few times?
I don't see this this ending anytime soon.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much me. Play Fire Emblem and use your Twitch Prime subscription on Arthur here because he deserves it. So
Well. Okay. We got anything else we want to discuss before we sign out?
no, I mean yeah.
When we find the next crystal, we are sorry in advance to the artists because I think most of our characters are changing drastically.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So who's next on the chopping block? Have we decided? Is it going to be Agram?
Well, it's not
Okay.
one at a time. It was only one at a time because you were the only one that went in. We can all go in and change.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. I did not know that.
I asked you guys if you wanted to, and everyone was like, no, we'll just let Henley do his crazy ass shit. I don't want
Yeah.
to touch the magical death crystal.
Well, to be fair, we didn't know if this was the same crystal that they were talking about, but
Sure.
I had an inkling. But, yeah. Cool. All
There are
right.
things working themselves together.
Yeah. So maybe
Look,
next time we'll
We got
know what-
artists on tap who can make you guys new characters, right? And people love doing that shit.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at
the moment I- the
look
moment
at
I
all
saw-
this new shit for New Kelly. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, I love New Kelly. I want to make some new art for Kelly." There's now
Yeah.
more art for New Kelly than there is of old Kelly.
The
think
amount
there's-
of this.
There's
You
more
better-
art for New Kelly than all the previous characters
Well,
combined.
I think a lot of it is you.
No, there's quite a
Dragonborn
bit of
pe-
Finley art.
It's kind of actually kind of rare to see Dragonborn PCs. I mean, I've seen very few of them, even in like Pathfinder and stuff. People just don't
Why?
play them often. I don't know. There's just if people are gonna play a martial thing, that's like, oh, I'm gonna go fucking half orc or
Well,
whatever.
I gotta be honest, Dragonborn are an inferior
Yeah,
racial option in terms of their stats.
that's pretty much why.
There's a race
Well, they
that
work
can.
pretty good for paladins. Though.
There's a
You get
race that can do
charisma.
it better.
Yeah, well, Paladin's like the one exception, but most people still play just other
Man,
stuff.
maxing.
I just,
People are weirded out by the fact that they can barf acid.
I did that all throughout my teens. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's
Yeah,
not-
but the
not
amount
the
of-
same thing.
the amount of discussions I had about like, all right, so let's talk boobs. I'm like,
Well,
it was kind of strange. So
good news for the artist. I probably am going to still be a dwarf, so I might change a couple things.
yeah, but let's talk boobs. Okay. Do you want like a big old
Great. So,
rack of them?
everybody good for next week?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. We'll be back then. Have a good night, guys.
Fire.
Bye. I know.
Earth, wind.